up, everybody? This is Jeamain Wicker with Small Business Stand Up. And today, you guys see it. You see what it is. Mr. Chuck Lawrence. What's up, Chuck?
What's happening, man? How y'all be?
Man, it's like I say, man, it's a great day to be alive, man, you know? Good to see you rolling.
Hey, man, I'm just out here trying to make an example, man. Show our young brothers that we can get this money, man, by doing all things positive, man. That's all.
Man, salute you on that, bro. Salute you on that for sure. Hey, I see you got, is that a Weapon Wildcat shirt you got on there?
Man, I'm gonna keep that weapon wildcat. It's crazy, man. The beef is on right now, man.
It's on. But it's just shocking because it's always been on, man. It was laying dormant for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And see, I'm a Central cat. You know what I'm saying? So I come from Central. So we beefing right now. You know what I'm saying? We beefing.
Yeah.
So listen, man. First of all, man, I really appreciate you coming on, man. And I've been watching you, man, for probably years now, man. Just kind of seeing how you move, man. And first of all, man, I want to say this. I don't know if people really say this, man, but salute to you, bro. I appreciate that. I can see your heart through the stuff that you do, bro. I see your heart.
I appreciate it.
Every time you comment, every time you do different things, bro, it's always positive, man. Always positive.
I try to be.
Yeah, man. I mean, none of us perfect. You know what I'm saying? I get that, but you putting that effort for it. And I know other people probably doing some different things as well, man, but I see you. You know what I'm saying? I see you, man. Let me say this. So I remember, man, I think it was about a year or so ago when you was you had the thing with the pop and the chips and stuff, and you was going and driving up to some of the brothers and stuff. I thought that was pretty dope, man. What was the name of that again?
That was that's still a group that I have. It's called the Beverages for Bros.
Beverages for Bros.
Yeah, that was just a bunch of good guys that I was able to connect with, man. A lot of great guys throughout the city. A lot of great guys that we have what people consider to be the checkered past.
Yeah.
But even with having the checkered past, they kind of dismiss our growth, and they don't recognize that a lot of us that want to now lead by example. We have a testimony, and the testimony is the things that we've done now that we look in retrospect, we know we would never do again, and the consequences we would never want a young black man to suffer. You know what I mean? So the Beverages for Bros was just something that we came up with, an idea that I came up with, especially during the times of the social injustice with the George Floyd incident. And we just wanted to bring people together in a different way. Let us be seen in a different light. Let us see our characters, shown in a different light. And and we were successful at that. Yeah. We actually brought out one of the bigger march demonstrations, along with myself, people like Pastor Kareem Bowens, Terry Reed, who's often involved with a lot of different things in the city of Saginaw, and we had a tremendous turnout. Political figures and all came out to support that.
Yeah, man. You as you know, man, usually with grown men, right? We don't get our just due until we land in a casket. And then you get people laying out, crying the whole night, man. So I want to give you your flowers now, bro.
Man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But I also want to say, man, and I always try to reiterate, a lot of times we have good ideas, but then our ideas are only validated by the people that support those ideas. Mm-hmm. You can have an idea in your head and never have somebody else share that vision or support that vision, and it's just a thought. So, saying for people like yourself that appreciate it, I appreciate you, because without somebody seeing value in it, it lies dormant. It doesn't do anything. So it goes hand in hand, and that's how we have to do it.
Let me say this to you as well. So you take like a pebble, right? You drop it in the ocean. You got that little, you know what I'm saying? But that ripple, bro. Like I'm in Dallas, Texas, and I'm feeling it.
I
you know what I'm saying? So imagine some people that different other states, whatever the case is, they see exactly what's going on, man. And let me tell you this right here, right? I told my wife this the other day. Like for years, I'm in my mind. I want to go back home, right? I miss my hometown. I know it's a lot going on there, whatever the case is, but I like to be like a person like yourself, man, and be positive, do some positive stuff in the neighborhood or whatever the case is. So when I seen this kickball thing that you guys put on the other day, I didn't know anything about it until I see you out there before everybody got there and you was talking. I'm like, what's happening? So I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, you got people got stuff up, and I'm like, wow, how I missed that? You know what I'm saying? I felt left out, man. You know, they told me nothing. You know what I'm saying? and I watches you. You know what I'm saying? I know you probably went live a few times the whole night, but I missed the whole deal, man. And then afterwards, let me just show you this real quick. Hold on, I gotta show you this, man. This is okay. Let me see if I can find this here, man. I feel, boy, I'm supposed to have all this stuff laid out, man, but I got so happy I was talking to you, I forgot to lay it out, bro.
Got you.
It was a video, man, that you guys did when you walked around, man. So I think somebody recorded you and they put it up there. Hold on 1 second. It's unprofessional, but hey, it's what it is, bro.
Sometimes I don't always load this trailer the right way either.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I got my CDLs too, man. So
okay.
So yeah, I got the male dog still. I ain't gonna never let them go, man.
Please don't. I keep trying to tell our young black men this that new bag that everybody needs to jump on board with.
Man.
There's tremendous opportunity in this, man. There's it's tremendous self, elevation and being your own boss. And in doing this, it doesn't take a tremendous amount of skill. It just takes dedication to what you like to do.
Yep. I didn't go to school to be a truck driver. I went to the DMV and got the book. Right on. I trained myself on it. I got with Fago, and when I got the Fago, I had my permit already, and they kind of trained me in a couple of weeks and told me to go take my test, and I've been driving pretty much ever since, bro.
True indeed.
So I get it. But this is the video right here that hit me with my stomach, because I wasn't a part of this, you know what I'm saying? So listen, this is about a good minute, man. I didn't want to play the whole deal, man, for everybody to see what I'm talking about. So everybody who's from Saginaw, who no longer live there anymore, understand what you miss. You know what I'm saying? So next year, because this is an annual situation here. So next year, you got to be there. I'll be there, bro. Me and my family will be there. You know what I'm saying? So let me just play this real quick. Man, I feel so bad, man. Can you hear that? Can you hear that when I hit play?
Yep.
Look at that. I love that, man.
Yep. My man Daryl Martin was the creator of that flyer.
Look at Ray from Ray's Records and Tapes. That was my guy. That's my guy right there, man.
That's my big bro. He rides.
Yeah. I see a lot of faces that I know in here, man. A lot of faces.
Yeah, it was tremendous.
Look at the crowd, everybody. Look at the crowd, man. I ain't seen that. Let me tell you, bro. I haven't seen that in Saginaw. I mean, it probably happened, but I haven't seen it since back in like late 90s or something like that. Late 90s or something like that. When you used to go up and down Genesee and people would park on both sides of the street and it was no problem, bro. After the concert or something, you know what I'm saying? Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, look at the hugs, bro. That was a hug for real, man. I'm gonna get off this for a second because I'm still feeling some kind of way, man. No, but again, bro, salute to you, man. I can see I got some people reaching out to you here. Okay, my cousin Tovar from Saginaw, he said that's right, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, let me see what else he said. Love kickball, it brought me back to elementary, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now here's the crazy thing about this, right? I would say about 8 years ago, then my wife, my family, we went to a little store and got a ball to play kickball at this place. Man, I had so much fun playing kickball. It brought me back to Jones School and back in the day, man. So I can imagine the fun that you guys had, man. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, man, it was crazy, man, because I'm sitting around one day and I'm like, man, and it came across my mind. So I called my partner, Robert Jamerson. What I'm saying, everybody
Yeah,
knows, everybody knows him as Disco.
yes, sir.
Disco, yeah. So he was like, you know what, man, bet. But we got to get like Bruce in, Bruce
Bruce,
Poindexter,
yeah, no
because
Bruce.
yep, because what I'm saying, me and Bruce had just talked about something like this. I said, well, that's crazy because myself and Alvin Pratt, Bug Pratt, had just talked about
Yep,
this because
no Pratt.
prior to the pandemic, Bug had an adult kickball game all set up, flyers functioning, venue and everything, and then we got hit with the pandemic.
Yeah,
So we were sitting around one day at my I threw a birthday party for my wife. We verbalized over the idea, and then and I said, when I was like, you know what, let's do it. So I got on the phone with Rob. Rob got in touch with Bruce, and we was like, what I'm saying, yup, what I'm saying, let's get busy. So when it wasn't until the actual day of, and I was talking to one of the pastors of the community, Mr. Chris Pryor, Pastor Chris Pryor, and from Victorious Believers, and he was like, I just want to play, and he said, I didn't I didn't go to school here. So as we were standing there talking about it, he said, he was explaining that he thought it was absolutely tremendous, and he said, Chucky, look around. And it wasn't until then that I actually looked around the complete park. And
man.
when I looked around the complete park, that was when I really was in awe, because
Yeah, man.
it's tremendous. It's a tremendous amount of work that goes with that. And the day of, you got a million questions. You got a million people that need to see you about this. Somebody needs to see you about that.
Yeah,
So I wasn't able to take it in, what I'm saying, all at once,
yeah,
until I was standing talking to him, and a very good friend of mine that I respect greatly, Kevin Gregory, and we were just looking around, and it was just like, whoa,
man,
whoa. And it's
man.
and for me and for us, and I'm going to say this, in celebration of the city of Saginaw as a whole, the love and the fun, the love, the trash talking, what I'm saying, and then back to the love, man. It was just nothing, like the particular hug that you spoke in
Yeah,
reference to.
yeah,
It
man.
was just
Yeah, man.
dope, man. It
Yeah,
was
man.
just it was tremendous. And it's crazy because I went today to meet with a couple people. I spoke with Ralph Martin today. He's the president of the association that brings the Black Arts Cultural Festival yearly, and
Yeah,
we're going to be sitting down, man, because we realize that Saginaw has a tremendous potential. Saginaw has tremendous, talent, and we got to start doing something, man, to bring back the prestige and the spotlight. Saginaw has a
man.
tremendous spotlight, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
man.
in my opinion, we showed every naysayer that day that
Absolutely.
that Saginaw is a cold community, and we can come together. We can have fun. We can love on each other, and we can keep this going, man. You know what I mean?
Man, let me tell you, man, the heart, man, of Saginaw, man, and we needed that. It was like we laying down there on what they call it, life support, right?
Right.
And to me, it was like a joke, bro. It was like, wow, man, because for years, man, like I said, I don't live in Saginaw anymore, but for years, all I heard was negative stuff, bro.
Yes.
It was like the first thing I could say, man, I should have been there for that. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm at, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
Yeah.
like I've seen you guys put together the Limelight reunion. I'm watching
Right.
that through your eyes. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, put the camera this way so I can see what's going
Right.
on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching it through your eyes, and I'm like, man, look at what's going. Okay, I would have loved a bit of that one. I heard that, but it was a lot going on at that time.
Right.
So, but listen, man, my hats off to you guys, man. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'm gonna figure out a way to be able to participate in some kind of way with you guys. You know what I'm saying? That's
I
how I
appreciate it.
operate, bro. If
We
I'm
appreciate it.
there, I'm probably I'm doing exactly what you guys are doing, man, because I have a heart for it, bro.
all the
You know what I'm
time.
saying? I have a heart for it, man. I see your heart, bro.
And
Everybody does.
I appreciate
Everybody
it.
does.
Yep, and this is what I try to get Saginaw to understand, and we just talked about this today. A few of us got together, and had breakfast today, just because steel sharpens steel, and there's power in numbers. Saginaw. I think the thing that holds Saginaw back is two things. We already have this idea, and we entertain this idea that we don't have nothing for us. You know what I'm saying? Saginaw has nothing to offer. We can't do nothing here in Saginaw. Well, yeah, we can. What we have to do is we have to find a way to interact with each other that want to see the same things, and step aside from those who want to do other. You know what I'm saying? And we have and I speak about this all the time. How dare we not celebrate the Lamar Woodleys, the Jason Richardsons, the Stevie Wonders, the Monty Browns. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't speak on Monty Brown. The Darvin Hams, the Draymond Greens. You know what I'm saying? We
Venus and Serena Williams.
The Serena Williams, you know what I'm saying? Well, watch this. We can even go further than that. Heather Murkison. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't even know that she's been a consistent star for Law and Order on TV, and we don't bring up her name at all. You know what I'm saying? The Dwayne Adways, and we got to get back to that. The Jeanette Max, you know what I'm saying? And we have so much that we can celebrate about Saginaw that we turn a blind eye to. And I think that it takes a few of us to start moving something to make it a movement. You know what I mean?
And for me, this is it.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling this, I don't know how many miles away from home, bro. People felt that, bro. That was huge. And for it not to be no drama, because it's unfortunately Saginaw's kind of synonymous with the drama, but that's a we're gonna flip that thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And people just need something to get behind. Now that was positive, bro. That wasn't about no money. It wasn't about none of that, bro. And the hug that you see people were giving, it was like, girl, I ain't seen you. And she probably stayed up the street from her. You know what I'm saying? But people just so secluded to their own house, they ain't doing nothing no more. They needed that, bro. They needed that, man.
Right.
They needed that. And it was like one of them, everybody come, man. Just come and have a good time, man. I love that, man. I love it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate it.
And I see you on TV too, man, promoting it, man. I see you doing your thing.
The only thing that was discouraging, you know what I'm saying, from the success standpoint of it, and when we go back and we have the conversation about the stigma of Saginaw, and especially the east side of the bridge, I was kind of disappointed to see that the lack of media coverage. I think that it's tremendous for us to be exposed in a positive manner, as much as we are exposed in a negative manner. And the importance of us as a city in a whole should be important to every entity that makes up our community, and the media is part of our community. I do commend Colette Stinger. Colette Boyd, Colette Stinger, from News 5, because when I first got in contact with her, immediately she responded to me, and I appreciate her dearly for that. But I am a little bit discouraged that there was no furtherance in the want to be there. That's from me. That's the only low point besides the rain, because the rain probably kept another 3,000 people from showing up.
I seen that video. You was like, man, I don't know if it's gonna rain or not. Rain, I seen that video. But
right.
One thing I know about the media, man, if it bleeds, it leads, right?
Right.
And so it had been such a long time since we had some of that magnitude that hit. and it was drama free. They tripped on that. Next year, I bet they won't.
Right.
I bet they won't. And we have social media too, so we have our own television show now too. You know what I'm saying? So it reached where it needs to reach, bro. You know what I'm saying? It did what it's supposed to do. But I hear what you're saying. I hear exactly what you're saying.
It made us feel good though, because we got it immediate appreciation and sponsorship from Dick Garber and Garber Chevrolet. They came on board immediately. We had a few people that that came on board immediately. The Greater Giant in Saginaw, which is a very prominent grocery store in our community. Gales Auto Service and Detail, they came on board. Graph, they came on board last minute just to contribute towards something positive, and that really hit home with me. I'm pretty sure you remember Toyo Roses and TNT Authentic. Yep. He always tell me, bro, whatever you doing, I'm in. And so I appreciate that there are people, from that side of the coin, from people like yourself that appreciate the things that I am trying to do, and just know that going forward now, there have been opportunities and phone calls about continuing to get behind me. We're gonna bring fun back to Saginaw, man, because Saginaw is not dead. Saginaw is not it's not the negative that that you hear all the time. It's just not that. But if we sit around and just talk and do nothing to change that image, to change that idea, then that's the idea that's going to continue. But me and some of the people that I'm involved with, some of my friends, we're dedicated to bringing something back to Saginaw.
Yeah, unfortunately, man, the negative stuff, it travels faster, and it seems like it's louder.
Yeah.
But man, I was listening to this guy the other day. He said, "Man, name one situation where hate trumped love, bro. It don't happen.
Wow.
In the universe, wow. It can try all they want to, bro. The message still gets out
all the time.
All it needs is a spark, bro. It's more positive people in Saginaw in the world than it is negative people. It's just they're louder. That's it. So when they see something they want to get behind, bro, people will come out, man, and support that no matter what. Right?
I appreciate it.
Man, listen, man, I don't even know what to say to you, bro. My hats off to you. My hats off to you, man. And everybody that was involved in it. From the people who put up some tents, the people who cleaned up afterwards, the whole park, Saginaw, what I'm saying? Bro, Pratt, Disco, Bruce. My God, Bruce as well, Ray's record tape playing the music.
Right.
Everybody, bro. Everybody, man. Hats off to you guys, man. And for the first time, man, it made me feel like I missed out, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all made me feel like I missed out, and I don't like to feel like that, bro.
But listen, we don't, and in being fair, because we got in a habit of reluctancy. You know what I'm saying? Because it became more prevalent for negative to follow an event than the positive and the love.
Yeah, man.
But at the same time, again, what we have to see now is by demonstration. Oh, okay. So that is not all that's there. So now going forward, I believe we will touch the incident as many times as we talk about it, as many times as people see the videos, as many times as the people that were there speak in reference to the event to family and friends who weren't there. It'll grow, and it'll grow into truly what what Saginaw was about. When we were younger, you remember we had something to do, somewhere to go all the time, and they say history repeats itself. You know what I'm saying? Man.
Absolutely.
So now we just want to be a part of history repeating itself. From I have a 501c3 group. I have an entertainment group called Mature Crowd Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? We're and then now I'm building relationships and making bridges with people that also share and see my vision, and they see that I'm 100% serious. Pass me the baton, I'm running with it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And so I've seen a couple of things that's going on there too, man. I can't remember this guy's name, escaping me now, but he has the tire shop on Genesee.
That's Terry Reed.
Terry Reed. I see a lot of positive stuff he's doing as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to him. I definitely want to get with him as well, man. So Terry Reed, it's a couple more people, but I can't think of off the top of my head, man. But
right,
it is you guys are having an impact, man. So keep doing what you're doing, man. And what you want to learn, what I've learned too, man, when you do stuff positive, man, bro, people will mimic that. And it may not be the kickball thing that they're doing. They're gonna probably do something a little bit different. But when it does, it's like a gumbo effect. Everybody adds something to it. Before you know it, bro, people moving back.
There it is.
I've been here man, since I was 18, off and on. I go back, come back, or whatever. But I've been back now since 2002, right? And I feel like an alien. I feel like an alien here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. It's a great situation, whatever the case is, but that's home.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying? That's home base.
Right on.
So stuff what you guys are doing, man. I can't even put it in words, man. Thank you.
We don't, but at the same time, we thank you for appreciating the effort. You know what I'm saying? You have to always be humble enough to say, hey, thank you for seeing the value in my vision. You know what I mean? Because like I said, there were, as an example, the very first Limelight reunion. Oh my goodness! Man, the numbers for that were ridiculous.
Yeah,
the second time, you know what I'm saying, it didn't do as well. So we know that that there are going to be hit and misses. There are going to be things that are going to there are going to be things that are going to go over great, and then there are going to be things that are going to be saying but the one thing that we have to do is we have to continue to try to do as much positive or more positive than there is negative. And we all know we're creatures of 100 things good, that one thing bad, destroying everything. We got to get away from that. We got to get away from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We, like you said, we got a tremendous amount of things going on in Saginaw. We got a tremendous amount of good people in Saginaw, and there's way more people that want to see Saginaw come back.
Yeah, man.
And then there are that want to walk away from Saginaw. Trust me when I tell you.
Absolutely. And I want to say this too, man. Everybody who was there, who was there and that seen that recognized the sponsors that was part of this event, go patronize them.
Yeah.
Let them know that you appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So that way they can do it again, and then more people start doing it, and it does nothing but make everybody come to the table.
Yeah.
Try to spend money with them, and everybody who don't participate with what we got going on, don't spend no money with them.
Right.
That'll solve the problem.
And you know what? That is so great that you said that, because it's like are you familiar with who Twan Williams is?
Antoine Williams? I know Antoine Williams. He stayed off of not 13, 14 or something like that, 12th Street or something like that.
This particular Twan Williams, he's one of the more prominent barbers in the city. I know him from Sheridan Park when we were living in Sheridan Park, and he's also somebody that I think that it would be good for you to reach out to, because he tries to bring successful comedy shows to Saginaw, to give us something to do. And and like I say, and then Terry Reed, he does his thing, definitely. Ralph Martin, president of the association that governs the Black Arts Festival, and what we realized in today, and just in conversation, is, wait a minute, we've actually gotten to the point where every weekend in the month of August has something to do now. And so we're going to keep expounding on that, and we got some great things in the works, man, and we got some ideas that are already already on the cooker, man.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
so Saginaw can be prepared. What we actually want, our ultimate goal is to have people paying for tickets to come to something that Saginaw is hosting months in advance, like we did the Cincinnati Jazz Fest, because I had to go see Janet Jackson, man. I had to go. I had to go. I had to go. But we bought our tickets. We bought our tickets to that show back in February. You know what I'm saying? But just think of the Tri-City area. We still have Ready for the World. We have Dream Boy that was Detroit and Bay City. We have BAD Band that was Saginaw. We have One Way featuring Jeanette Mack that came out of Saginaw. We got LJ Reynolds and the Dramatics. You know what I'm saying? Now we have Lavelle Jackson. He's performing with the Dramatics, and he's also got a project out now called I'm so sorry, I can't. Lavelle Jackson? You know what I'm saying? I can't think of the project name, but yeah, we got to support all of that, man.
Hey, Mike said it's a solid dude, man. Tip. He told me, say you're a great dude, man. He just posted on here. You love this guy.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But
Yeah.
but when a solid guy gives credit to another guy, that's only because he is a solid guy. You know what I
Facts,
mean?
man. That's facts. That's facts. That's big facts. So listen, man. Again, I'm gonna say this again, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, man, and
Appreciate you.
let's sit back in the next 5 years and let's see what this sparked.
I bet
Right?
you. I bet you
Yeah.
we'll have nothing but smiles on our face.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And that day changed a lot, and they're gonna change a lot, man. And I'm gonna definitely be a part of that, man. I'm in this real estate game, man. So I'm able to do some different things, man, there too.
Okay.
If you guys have anything going on, man, that you need somebody to come talk about some real estate, let me know.
I definitely will.
I'm there.
I
Man.
appreciate you, my
I'm
brother.
always trying to build a bridge back home, bro. That's why I'm here. You know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate you.
So, yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Hey, salute to you. Hey, everybody in Saginaw, man, go support those sponsors, man. Go support them. Continue to support this brother Chucky, man. He's doing his thing, man. And when you go see him, man, dap him up for me. You know what I'm saying? So this for Jay.
There it is.
Hold on, somebody said something else. Let me see. Okay, they said how to contact you, bro.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? I'm such an open book. You can contact me by phone, 989-598-2786. Reach out, Chucky Lawrence on Facebook.
Okay, somebody else said respect to you.
I tell that person, I said, I can't see him. I'm in the car right now, but respect to everybody that sees the value in anything that we do, that I do, and the fact that we're trying to make Saginaw great again, man.
Lenny said, nice lifting up the community, man. So
I appreciate it.
I got love for you over here, brother. Got love
Appreciate
for you.
it.
All right. Hey, thanks for jumping on with us, bro.
Yep.
Any last comments? Love you back, bro. Love you back. But any more comments you want to add before we get off? Anything you need to promote?
Last comment I want to make is that we great, Saginaw. We great. We don't, you know what I'm saying? For those that still live in the city, those that have moved away from the city, I'm just encourage you to come back when we throw these events, support the city. That's how we bring greatness back. It was tremendous to see the people like my Tony Sims fly all the way in from Atlanta. It was so many great, beautiful people that made the trip down the highway. William Miller, my little bro, he came all the way from, you know, where he came from. Daryl Bond came from Ohio, you know what I'm saying? And it was just because, one, we may move away, but we know that Saginaw is home. You know what I'm saying?
It's home.
It doesn't mean that we don't love Saginaw just because we move away. And the only thing that I encourage is that we start supporting. We support better. We support harder than we have in times past. That we, you know, we stay encouraging each other, spend the same money for Saginaw that you spend in other places, and you'll see it come full circle. You'll see it come full circle.
Listen, what I've learned about business, bro, is business follows the money.
Yes.
So if you guys are paying, if you sending money to the people who are sponsoring what you got going on in this community, more people will want to do stuff for this community, and ultimately it raises up everybody, bro.
All the time.
Do that. Everybody you named a minute ago, go. Even if you just go by there and say, man, we appreciate you for what you did for the community.
Exactly.
And go back getting your car pull off.
That
stays with them because they're like, you know what? They didn't even want no car. They just came to come and say hi or whatever the case is. And what we did, that little money we invested, it was well worth it.
All the time.
All right. Salute to you, brother. Hey, we'll holler at you later. When I see you, I'll come holler at you, bro.
My baby, I appreciate you. Love you, bro.
Love you back, bro. We'll holler at you in a minute. Peace. What's up, everybody? It's the Jay with Small Business Stand Up, and I got some great people here, man. I ain't gonna tell you what it is to the after this whole deal is over. All right. So what's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
All right. How you doing?
How you doing, bro?
Doing great, man. So you guys can see we're talking to Queen's Dinner. Queen's Dinners, right? Am I saying that right? Yeah. Okay. Listen, well, tell us how you guys got started, man. Who idea was this? Oh, there's good food going on.
That's the cook. You know what I'm saying? Been cooking from way back then, you know?
Yeah. What you the muscle?
No, I cook too. You know, we cook together.
I know what time it is.
You know with all the recipes, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So how did you get started? You guys been doing it since what? Young, or talk to us about that. You know, you first got in that kitchen.
I've been cooking ever since I was a little girl, and we always had a lot of family members over, and I was the one had to put it down and do all the cooking. So, and it just came with me everywhere I went. I was always cooking, and I enjoy it, and I love cooking and just cook all the time. And now I just decided to turn into a business.
Okay. So is it recipes, or is it just kind of you cooking with that love?
Cooking with the love. It's recipes.
It's in their head, but everything is done with love, you know?
Absolutely.
Not a pinch of this instead of an ounce of this or whatever, you know? It's that love, you know, what she cooking with, you know?
Yeah. Listen, that's a gift, man. Everybody can't do it, bro. I mean, we can practice and it won't be right. You know, let me show people what I'm talking about here. Let me check this out real quick. Hold on one second. I'm gonna show everybody what we're talking about here. I ain't just talking. I know what I'm talking about, man. Let me show y'all what's really going on over here. You see this? This is how it's going down over at Queen's Kitchen right here, man.
That's that famous Queen's chicken sandwich right there.
What is it?
That's that famous Queen's chicken sandwich right there.
Big, you know, to put your hands on something.
Oh, that's that steak boy there for real.
Oh my goodness. Boy, I'll tell you, I'll be getting food from Texas and just looking at this stuff,
bro. Yeah. You know it's going down.
Yeah. So these are new recipes or what, man? Or you guys went in there and put something together and say, look, we're gonna put this on the menu.
That's them egg rolls there. You know, it kind of comes from love, you know, come from different things that, you know, she liked to cook, you know what I'm saying, that sits well with her. And I like to cook, and then, you know, the customer might call and want something specific, you know, so we have to put that together, you know, so we detail orientated out of love either way, whether you want it done a specific way or we choose to do it our way, you know, it's gonna all be done out of love.
So is that steak in there?
Yeah, that's steak in that one.
Hold on, you guys got steak egg roll jumping off over there, man?
Oh, let me look at it again. I think she said that's the corned beef one there.
Corned beef one there.
Yeah, we do the corned beef.
We
do corned beef, we do steak, we do chicken, we do pork canitas, we do ground beef,
ground turkey.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, so I ain't never heard of that before. That's the first right there, bro. That's the first. Man, that look off the chain right there, man. Talk me through this one.
Okay, let me see which one that is. Let me get a little closer to the screen. Now I think that might be the steak one there with the yeah, I think that's that spaghetti salad right there, the cold spaghetti salad.
Oh,
different vegetables in it, you know.
Wow.
You got the sweet bell peppers, the red ones, the yellow ones, the orange ones.
Yeah.
You know?
That ain't by accident right there, man.
There we go.
What we doing?
We got the salad. We got the salad up here on your right to the bottom. You know, the queen salad, you know, with the chicken on it and the fresh lettuce and tomatoes and the banana peppers and the eggs and things on it. Next to that on the bottom to my left, we got some more egg rolls, and at the top, I think that's that pork chops and gravy on top of that rice. And I think that might be some greens at the top.
Man,
or green beans with the turkey in them, with the smoked turkey necks and smoked turkey tails in them.
Now, okay, now tell me who made the name, the hookups and the cookups.
Well, it's Queen's dinner after the hookups and cookups.
Why I knew that already.
The thing about the business though, in food, you meet various different people from all the different genres and backgrounds. So it might be jobs. A person might need a job here. A person might need help here on the house, or anything that we can do to help the community. You know what I'm saying? Get with those individuals that need to get with. So this is where the hookups and cookups come in. That we're not only gonna feed you, but we're gonna also give you things to enrich your life. Put people together that need to be together to improve things in our community.
Yeah, man. In our community, man, that's the way that we. Well, I know back in the day, that's the way that we bring people together, man, with food. You know what I'm saying? People come through. You say I'm cooking, they're on their way. You know what I'm saying? You say I'm moving, you probably won't see them that day. You know what I'm saying?
All the
time. So that's what's up, man. So tell us about your menus. Like, what you guys are doing a little bit different. I know all you guys' menus are a little bit different, but you guys got something that coming completely left field?
Like I say, we cook Italian food, we cook soul food, we cook whatever the client wants. We have the ability to cook.
Different days, like it might be Taco Tuesday. We do all the tacos and tostados and burritos,
Mexican pizzas, deep fried burritos,
Barreras,
Barrera tacos, Barrera tostadas.
So the Barreras is the wet tacos, right?
Yeah,
right.
Wow.
Yeah, with the cup of Barrera juice to go with it.
So my next question: do y'all ship? That's what I want to know. Are y'all shipping now? What's going on with that, man? Let's work out the logistics. How we gonna do this?
We'd love to do that, So we probably have to sit down, and open up a pod page like you to get you to assist us. You know what I'm saying? We can help a person cook right in his house because we ain't found out that secret yet on how to send that food without it creating a condition.
Wow.
We had to sit down and coach you right in your kitchen how to put it together.
That's how you do it, just like that too.
We do offer delivery and we do catering. So
yeah.
Okay. I think I got something on that too. Okay, let me see if I don't know if I put that in here, man, but I'm gonna figure it out here in a second. So let me ask you a question about do you guys do recipes for people? Let's say you got some people who want to, maybe cook like that, who maybe not in your hometown or where you guys are located at, but they still want a little bit of this Queen's kitchen diner. Why I keep saying kitchen, but diner. You guys sell recipes, or is that something you guys maybe think about doing?
We haven't got off into selling the recipes yet, but if anybody call or asks, I go over recipes with them. But I do plan the future sell my own cookbook.
Oh wow! Yeah,
and seasonings and various different seasonings for different types of meat.
Yeah. That's huge right there, man. That's huge, man. So and that way you can touch everybody. Everybody can get a little piece of that love, man. You know what I'm saying? So I see, this year you guys been taking your show on the road. Tell us about a couple of them places y'all been to, man. And setting up shop, looking good, and all that stuff. I've been stalking y'all this whole time, man. Tell us about what you guys been doing.
Well, just recently we did a baby shower.
Within a 7-day stretch, we did not this past Saturday, but the Saturday previous to that,
we did a wedding.
Yeah. Did a baby shower first on the Saturday, then we turned around that following Thursday and did a birthday / color party. And then that Saturday after that, we did a big wedding that was held on Woodward at St. George's Church during the Dream Cruise. She's been taking her show on the road, expanding the palette of our community, for various different demographics,
That's different. So what have you guys seen out there? I know you guys probably got a chance to go see some other stuff out there, man. What is the market begging for right now? Have you guys just thought about something like that?
They begging for what we got. We just got.
I definitely know that. I definitely know that. So what I mean by it, a lot of times, me being here in Texas, man, I get a chance to see a lot of different types of cuisines, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know sometimes when you kind of, grab something that's a little left field, man, people flock to that because they ain't never seen it. Like those the ones we just talking about, have the chicken and the cheap steak in it or whatever. I'd never heard of that before.
The egg rolls.
The egg rolls. I never heard of that before.
Not even the Chinese egg rolls.
I did the Chinese, but not with the steak in that bad boy.
No, but you see, we do it with any type of meat. You know what I'm saying? We do it with any type of meat, but we also do them in desserts as well.
Yeah,
you know.
Say it one more time. Doing it what now?
I said we also do it in the dessert as well.
In dessert.
Peach cobbler egg rolls. Caramel apple pie
egg rolls.
What in the world is going on, man? How you hold up? Nah, you can't give me the secret though. But hold on, you said peach cobbler egg
rolls. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Along with your cup of peach cobbler on the side that you can dip in, but it's already included inside the egg roll as well and deep fried. You know. It's that extra on the side that you can hit up if you choose to.
So that's like with it. Yeah, like here, man, they have they have the fair here. So one of the big things at the fair is that they fry different types of stuff. They might have fried ice cream, something that's different. So that's kind of what that sounds like to me. Yeah. Like, wow, man. Huh. Yeah, that's different.
Even do the deep fried Oreos and whatever individual want. If you give us egg rolls. And we can get that 24-hour notice, or depending on what size your order is, we get that head up notice ahead of time. Give us a little time, we'll put it together for you. See, that's the wedding right there.
That's the wedding there, huh?
Yeah, that's the wedding you showing right there.
Y'all went down through there too, man.
Yeah. You got the and there you got the Hawaiian rolls,
the Swedish meatballs, the sweet and sour meatballs, the two different kind of lasagnas, the pork one and the turkey one.
Yeah.
But it's all with hamburger meat, but you can get it with any kind of meat you want.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you got the pepperonis on there. The people ain't seen the pepperoni on top of that lasagna.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. I thought it was like a pizza or something, but it's a lasagna, you know what I'm saying? So okay, I like that. I like that. That's a little different there for the lasagna.
We did the stuffed salmon.
Two different ways. We did it
with lemon pepper. And we did the
lemon pepper salmon.
Yeah. And did it and also did it stuffed with the spinach dip. Also within it had it stuffed.
Yeah, that's my lick right there, bro. That's off the chain right there. Man.
And salads, and it had the salad season. We ain't gonna tell you what we put on it now, but
yeah. Got them coming back though. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's all right. Now, how many people did you guys serve at this wedding, man?
It was approximately 120 people.
Yeah.
Not including the kitchen staff, which we also, served as well. After we got through.
We served all the vendors afterwards.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Man, I know when you guys first would say, you know what, we getting ready to, start selling plates and stuff like that. So tell us a little bit about the beginning of this thing. I know, did you guys get a loan? Did you guys, work hard, or how did that go? The beginning of it.
We got it from the earth,
Got it from the earth.
Put the effort and took the step into it, and God been providing the way for us, It's been tight at times, we've been putting in for funding that we was legitimately had an opportunity to get, but always something seems to fail, but we didn't let that hold us up. We kept going and fighting through, the hardships and times and whatnot, because it's not only just about the cooking, it's about seeing the smiles on people's face and bringing them together. So that was the motivation, and that's what she loved to do. So whatever she's doing, I'm gonna support her at all costs, So we pushed through some things, and we've been putting our own earnings in. So now it's trying to produce some profit. So now we need to invest back into the company, to make it bigger.
Yeah, man.
So this is what we're in the process of doing now. See,
that's life and that's business, right? Business is like this, bro. It seemed like, I would say it's like, a space shuttle taking off, right? At the beginning, you so much energy just to get it off the ground, you know what I'm saying? And then it gets easier and easier as you go up. That's how business is. It's so much stuff that's happening. You be like, man, like every time I make this move, this happens. Every time I make this move, this happening. Before you know it, you kind of lifting off, and then now you see some profit. That's business, bro. That's business. So now when you see somebody else that's starting out, you let them know, just keep going.
That's right.
Keep going. Don't let that stop. So you guys are selling plates and things of that nature, man. So now you get a chance when you do get to that point to where you're doing what you're doing. Now you got a following now. They know what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But without that, man, it's like hit and miss. Nobody know what you do. You spend all this money now. You're stuck with this food. You can't sell it because nobody know you out here. So it's all a blessing, man. It's all a blessing.
And then we officially, got started with the LLC during the pandemic. So, everybody was in the house, and that's a struggle to itself. Nobody want to taste nobody else's food because they're scared they might get this or might get that. But, we stuck through it, did everything with law, sanitary reasons, wise and things of that nature. So we kept pushing through it. And, like you say, we didn't got a groundswell now. We got customers that, look forward to us cooking. When we don't cook, they call us. So
yeah, man.
We created a demand,
That's what it's about. We just did a podcast a week ago or so on how to set up it. Well, I think it was early this week actually. How to set up an LLC and an EIN number. We did step by step on how to do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a person who have never done that before, it may seem kind of daunting to do that, right? But once you do it, you see it's actually pretty simple. You know what I'm saying? And so, now you guys will be able to help somebody else, man, because that's what it's about, man. Each one teach one. You know what I'm saying?
Hookups and cook-ups.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man, we not only gonna hook you up, we gonna cook it up for you too.
Absolutely.
We got for you to succeed, and also give you some good food to take with you along the way.
Absolutely.
Just don't go to sleep, because it's gonna make you sleepy. It's that good home.
Yes, sir. So, what kind of feeling, what kind of love you guys are getting from the hometown, man? Saginaw, man.
Well, when we go up there, we got a couple customers that calls us on a regular basis to bring egg rolls and stuff up, but I haven't really went and set up shop like I want to. Yeah. I'm getting to that point now. I'm trying to do what's around here first. Like September 3rd, they having a back to school thing at the park. And I'm gonna give out free hot dogs and stuff to the kids that's going back to school. I'm also cook and sell dinners also out there.
Absolutely. Because I know at one time, you guys are looking to get a truck. Is that still something you guys are interested in doing?
Yes. Yeah. And now when we get a truck, you might see us because we taking it on the road.
You taking the show on the road?
we look up. We gonna be in Texas.
Yeah, man.
Come outside. We'll be in the parking lot.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are doing it right, man. That's that next step. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, man, that you have people who are looking at you, right? You have some people who look at you and may not even hit like, may not, you know what I'm saying, or things of that nature, man, or just kind of see you or whatever case and not really say anything. And you're helping some people like that too, man. You know what I'm saying? So just keep doing what you're doing, and before you know it, man, you'll see the love there. You know what I'm saying? You get up there, on top of that little hump right or whatever the case is, man. So I salute y'all, man. I salute y'all. Y'all do it together. Y'all doing it together. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about, man. You know what I'm saying? So now listen, me and my wife, we have actually tasted some of this food, guys. So all you people that's looking on, man, you need to come get you a plate.
Very much so.
If you don't, I don't know what you're doing with your life. I don't know what you're doing with your life. I can't say what I was about to say, but I don't know what you're doing with your life. You know what I'm saying? Get your plate, man. You see these people out here, man? Hey, man, go holler at them. Go holler at them. Now, listen, I got a question for you guys, because you guys did something I haven't done yet, right? So I see that you guys have, right behind you have one of your floor mat right there. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? That the floor mat behind you. But you guys also have the big tents and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The big tents and stuff like that.
We see one of our plans is I can unroll this out for you. It's got our logo on it, Queens Den and the Bike. I got access to carpets and all different types of things that shirts and stuff that you might want with your logo and everything on. I got access to it at decent prices and whatnot from where one of my other jobs are at. But we I'm holding out for them. Yeah. They can see, get a chance to see.
Why are you doing that? Let's shout out a couple people. Our big sister Stephanie Scott said, "What? Can't wait." She said she can't wait, bro.
We're gonna take our show on the road to Atlanta too.
Yeah.
Can you
Man, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Yeah, that's all right there, bro.
Yep. Can you see the crown? A little bit. See the crown. Man.
Yep. Oh man, that's nice there, man. See, that's what it's about, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get what you need. So that that's one of them nice pieces that you're gonna have for a while.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? It ain't cheap, none of that type of stuff. You're gonna have it for a while. It's quality.
Yep, definitely. We gonna
we just got our business cards and stuff.
Put it a little closer. You can't see it. So that everybody can see what's matter of fact, I definitely will post everything on there too, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely post everybody's stuff. So you got the business cards and everything?
Got the balance. Yeah.
Wait, I gotta figure it out.
Okay, right there. To your
Can you see it a little bit? This way to just getting. Hold on. Can you see it now?
I'm trying to catch a number from you.
Hold on.
Okay, there it is right there. Okay. Yeah, man. Listen, man, the design and everything, man, on all that, man, is beautiful, man. That's quality for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna eventually start buying. We got a few tents and everything now with our equipment, but we're gonna eventually start buying bouncy houses and things of that nature, so a person can call and get the whole package.
That's the thing, man. Become all things to all everybody. That's one of the reasons why I say Walmart is so successful, because you can go in there and get you some food, get you some clothes, and get you some tires.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You can get you some tires and everything, man. So that's where you got to be able to serve once you get that customer, you got to be able to serve that customer in any capacity that they need you. You know what I'm saying? So that way, when they say I need this, I already know who to go to. That's my go-to person. That's business, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
right.
I got a question then. So who taught you guys business? I know it's a crazy question, but I want to hear you guys' answers to that. Like, who taught you that, man?
I want to say everyday lessons.
Go ahead, man.
Everyday lessons, because like when we ran into the wedding, they wanted everything to be documented. What's
Contract.
They wanted contracts and stuff, and I got to Googling and got all that stuff off there, and got exactly what I needed, and was able to get them a contract. So
see, that's called
YouTube. Not to cut you off, bro. YouTube University and you.
Boy. I say it all the time.
University and you.
Hey, anything you want to learn, bro, you can go right on YouTube University and pull it down, bro. One of the coolest inventions ever. You know what I'm saying? You get you to that next level. So that's dope, man. So you're able to pull off some contracts online and be able to do what you need to do. Do you know some people, man, that don't know that for some reason? Like, I've had people that I've worked with on some different things or whatever. Like, man, how do I get a like, bro, go on. Why you spend all this money with a lawyer, whatever the case? You go on YouTube and download that stuff, bro. Read it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But common sense is not common though. So, so
the major part of a person just got to get started. You're gonna learn along the way. You got to expect to fail.
Yeah,
so from that failure, what I'm saying, gonna rise like a phoenix out the ashes. You're gonna learn from the mistakes, not to do them again, and to be able to see them before they happen again. So we learning from our mistakes, and where we learning, we taking notes on the negative side, on the positive side, but we pushing the positive. So it's just a process, something that we don't know, we look it up and try to activate it, try to implement it, put it into action, and it's prosperous, and sometimes we fail, but them failures, they ain't nothing but stepping stones.
Yeah, man. You learn from that.
We're not gonna let them be stumbling blocks for us. They stepping stones.
Yeah, man. You learn from that, man. Either you win or you learn. You know what I'm saying? There's no loss in it, because now you know what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Right. But a lot of people, man, they when they run across an issue, man, it's like that fear stops them from moving. It paralyzes them, man. You know what I'm saying? So my motto is just on the other side of fear is success.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's crazy, man. You get people, man, who be digging, bro. And if they just swung that hammer one more time, they'd have made it through and got the goal. But they say, you know what, I'm done, I'm walking away. And then now you spend a whole life or the rest of your life thinking woulda, shoulda, coulda, maybe. Nah, bro. We don't live life like that, man.
Failure's not an option.
Yeah,
Failure's not an option.
It's not an option, bro. We're gonna figure it out, bro. That's the Saginaw in y'all. You know what I'm saying?
You shirt, did you?
Oh, 9 and 9. So, yeah, so 9 and 9. You know, yeah. Yes, sir, Queens. That is.
That's right.
That's how you do it, man. Represent. No matter what. I can see what. Okay, I got some too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You got land on there.
Oh, yeah. I see.
You might not been doing too much, but they're going to do a little something this year.
You think they're going to do something?
I think they're going to do a little something this year.
Man, I hope so, man. I've been rooting for life for forever, man. They've been letting me down, man. My Cowboys too, though, but that's how I go, man. So, but now listen. So I'm, you know, most people when they get started, like in this podcast arena, right? They may launch a podcast, but I was like, that's a little too light for me. So my thing was to launch a podcast network, right? And it's a lot to it because you're managing a lot of different people, attitudes, the whole nine, right? I had to be the level head in amongst people who are way more smarter than me. You know what I'm saying? Well, book wise, right? You say book wise and school wise, whatever the case is, but. It's challenging, man, and I love it though. I'm in my element. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my element. So I don't know if you guys get a chance to listen to some of the podcasts going on. You got people that does a little bit everything that's on it, man. You know what I'm saying? So I like it, man. So like, and when I first started, right, it's a lot of stuff behind the scenes on this thing here that's moving, that's got going on. I got to be able to be the person to put it together and hold the conversation together.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And have to know what they're talking about so I can have a rebuttal for it. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot to it. So when I say about business, starting with business, whatever the case is, man, it's a lot of moving parts, man. And it's a lot of doors that's going to slam in your face, bro. But if you persevere, you will be successful.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what's going on with me, man. so get back to y'all.
But that's
man.
Opportunity to see behind the scenes and see what it takes, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Process, you know, it ain't just as easy as it look. It's an actual process.
It is.
And you put the work in, you bear the fruit, you know, and you learn along the way. Like you said, not only just for yourself, for improvement and for financial opportunities, but at the same time for, you know, moral perspectives. Because not only if you learn it, but when you got your cup runneth over and you can not only doing what you're doing, which is a podcast, you're not only just feeding yourself, you're feeding others as well.
Yeah, man.
That's the blessing in it, you know?
Yeah. That's real too. That's real because when we having these conversations, because I'm the one that's putting out the questions, right? On every topic that we're doing. So in order for me to do that, I gotta do research on these questions in case they ask me a question. I gotta be able to know what I'm talking about instead of stumbling over my words. So what it does, it makes a little bit more smarter.
That's right.
On a lot of different topics, man. You know what I'm saying? So with you guys, right? You're doing this wedding, and they want these contracts. In order for you to have that contract, you had to read over that contract.
That's right.
Make sure the contract fits what you guys are trying to do.
Yeah,
so now you become a lot better at reading contracts.
Right.
It strengthens you. That's all it does, man. Yeah. Most people allow that stuff to stop them. And, man, I can't do this. I ain't got no money to pay no lawyer to do that, man. Just figure it out, man.
Yeah. Coming from where we come from, you know, we had plenty of obstacles in our way. Man, you know, we looked at them hurdles as something to get over, not something to hold us back. We're gonna jump over. Man, you know, if we got to climb over it first, the next time we go over it, if we do go over it again, we're gonna sprint over. Where we coming up through that 6th Street and you know that Saginaw and that South Side and that East Side, you know what I'm saying? It's just it's within our nature, you know. To overcome any obstacle they put before us. You know, it's neither enemy nor friend, it's just something to overcome.
Yeah, man. And I always, you know, kind of pride myself on being adaptable to whatever situation. That's my strength, I think. I'm diplomatic, right? I want to talk things through. You know what I'm saying? Apart from the violence part of whatever the case is, right? So I'm good at that. So I can get in the room, man, and talk to the CEO of the company, trying to have a conversation and pick his brain. When everybody else is walking around here sweeping like they're doing something, I'm over here talking to this cat, man. So how you get in this position, bro?
Yeah.
What you do? You know what I'm saying? I've always done that, bro. Always done it. And what I've learned is that a lot of people, man, who are in them type of situations, they want to dispense that information, but nobody talks to them.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, when you see somebody who like I just ran across this guy, this would be beneficial for y'all, actually. I got this guy that's on the show, man. I can't remember his first name, but he's really close to this guy who sells franchises.
Okay.
Right? So we're supposed to have a meeting with this guy hopefully next week to sit down and have a conversation with this guy. And he was based on what he's telling me, the guy's really cool, and that's kind of how he got next to this dude, just have a conversation. He see everybody else is fleeing from this dude. It drew him to him, and now he's doing some big things with this guy. So I need to definitely plug him in with you guys, man. So
okay.
Yeah. But so my advice to you guys, so when you see somebody who maybe have a restaurant or who has who has what you guys are looking inspired to have, go have a conversation.
Okay.
Don't veer off from that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. To add to what you're saying, I do it like kind of regular on a regular basis. You know, my initial job, my daily job, you know what I'm saying? I have to go on routes, you know what I'm saying, to different buildings and different companies, you know, all over, from food, you know what I'm saying, to food, restaurants, from, you know, steel companies, from, you know, 3D graphic, you know, designers, you know, various different companies. I go on a regular basis to these places. So I always have to talk to a key person that's in charge. Yeah, you know, and I didn't develop relationships with these individuals, you know what I'm saying, and to inquire about certain things or how they got to their success, or, you know, what they actually do in their company, you know what I'm saying, who the type of people they like to hire, you know, so I hook people up with jobs, you know what I'm saying, different aspects on food for us, you know what I'm saying, we done found different halal places, you know what I'm saying, and we're going to start accessing them contacts, you know, network, you know, so it's, you know, don't never fear something that you don't know, investigate it. And if you do have the fear, use that as fuel for fire, you know, to investigate, to figure out not only how they come successful, you know what I'm saying, but what's the best way to be able to get that information away? Because, like you said, people be scared to approach them individuals. And they cut one another. They be actually chasing people off because they be trying to give information to them. And people running because they scared. Man. Run towards it, don't run away from it.
Yeah, man. And another quick thing, too, man, and the person don't have to be black neither, man.
Oh no!
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know some people, man, that they don't really rock with nobody other. Not that they racist, is that I think they fearful. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's Chinese people out there, man, who like to have a conversation, and they know things, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's white people, they know things, bro. If we are so shallow, man, to where we carve ourselves away from really society, man, just to focus on one particular group, we're doing ourselves a disservice.
Very much so.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll never do that. Never.
See, when you dealing with the issue of nationality, we talking about international affairs. We talking about things that go beyond neighborhoods and cities and things of that nature. We talking about nationhood. We talking about things that's going to be beneficial not only just for your initial group and your community, starting with your family to your outer community. We talking about beyond that. You know what I'm saying? Beyond your city, beyond your state. You know what I'm saying? Beyond your actual country. Like you said, you got to be able to dialogue with people from different nationalities because everybody don't see things the same way. I'm going to use an example. We use the clock. On that clock, within an hour is 60 minutes. And for every minute on that clock, somebody's standing in that particular spot, looking at life from that perspective, and that's where they see right. So the next person that's next to him is a second. He's seeing it from his perspective. So it takes all of us together, you know what I'm saying, to see the whole hour in its entirety. You understand what I'm saying? It takes all of us to put together and see that whole hour in 60 minutes. If you take something out, we short something. So you shorten yourself by doing that.
Yeah, man. So imagine 3 years ago, who would have thought 3 years ago you guys would be doing what you're doing right now? Who would have thought that? So imagine 5 years from now, where we at?
That's right.
Where we at? So now to get to that point that you see in your mind where you want to be, we have to architect that. Because it's not going to come to us. I don't believe it, I don't believe in it's going to happen to me. I got to make it happen.
That's right.
So one of the steps, this is where I want to be, now work my way backwards to that goal.
That's right.
I got to go meet 20 people a week, different, whatever the case is, or go to this seminar, whatever the case is, to get where I'm going. Mm-hmm. And you get there, bro.
That's right.
You get there, man. Man, we've been able to move in a room full of vultures all our life, bro.
Look.
This is easy.
who would imagine that we'd be sitting here doing a YouTube video on the internet, which it wasn't back then, but just think about it. Coming from 6th Street, you know what I'm saying? Growing up where we come from, you know? When Stop and Shop was built, you understand? When it was Miss Campbell's before then, you know, coming from where we coming from, hot lunch.
Yeah, man.
You understand? Talking about running our own businesses. You know, you doing a podcast. You know, it was times we didn't have a radio. You understand?
Yeah, man. So and it's a podcast network too, though. But we have right now we're on Spotify, Anchor, Twitch, like 3 different Facebook accounts, YouTube. So people are seeing you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? What's what you guys got going on? I have about 7,000 followers, but then my people that's on the platform, they got other people too, and then we're gonna do some cross marketing as well.
Technology.
That's it, bro. This is it. We got our own TV show going on now, bro.
Yeah.
Now it's all about growing it.
That's
and
right.
Now, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have in a minute where people can advertise on these different channels in a minute. So we got to get the people, and there it is. We off and running, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is salute y'all, man. I seen y'all get it from the mud, bro.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I seen you get it from the mud, bro. I'm proud of y'all.
Proud of you too, bro, with your own podcast. Sit down and interview us, you know?
Hey, and if y'all don't realize yet that this gentleman here is my brother. It's my big brother here. This lady here is my big sister here as well, man. You know what I'm saying? So we biologically my brother for real. So
that's right. I'm his older brother. He's been bigger than me. I'm his older brother.
So me and him we have conversations like this a lot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I would say we mentally spar a lot. You know what I'm saying? You see stuff a little different. I see stuff a little different. But before we go to the phone, it seems like it's like a common ground every time.
That's
it's
right.
Like, man, I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. Today, just a side note, we was talking about investing versus gambling or something. We was talking about something like that, bro. But
what initially sparked the conversation was that I was going to play my numbers. And for y'all don't know, I grew up in the number high. We grew up in the number high.
Yes, we did.
My first color book was a Duke. If y'all don't know, that's a small little notepad with a carbon paper in it that they used to put their numbers on it from the street.
Yeah, man.
We grew up in one of them houses. So it's within our nature. But as we get older, you know what I'm saying, we know better, we do better. But in the same context, you know what I'm saying, I still play my number. It's what I believe in. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to deal with a lot for that. You understand? There's a whole lot of things I'm doing in my life that's contrary. You know what I'm saying? Well, not saying a whole lot of things, but things I'm doing. So the issue was, we talking about the spirit of the law or the letter of the law. Now, it tells you in your particular faith, and in my particular faith, it's against the law to gamble. And I made the comparison between the stock market and the lottery machine or a scratch-off ticket.
Yeah.
Now, you have a safer bet with the stock market.
No, you was laughing. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
You have a safer bet with the stock market. Once you done learn some different things and, get information from here from different people, you have a better putting your money to get a better return on it. Yeah. And as opposed to gambling. But at the same time, when you look at the spirit of the law, they're both the same thing. It's a game of chance.
Okay.
You're putting in your money, whether it be in the stock market or whether it be on a scratch-off or whether it be for Michigan lottery or any other state lottery, you still putting up some form of tender, hoping for a return back on it. Yeah. With having faith based upon your information or just wish or luck or anything else you might call it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's still a form of gambling, no matter what you call it.
Okay, so here's my view of it, right? Okay, I definitely see what you're saying. As far as it's kind of splitting hairs a little bit. It's kind of like that, right? For the spirit of the law versus the word of the law, letter of the law, right? So I would rather follow the spirit rather than letter because it shows your heart condition, right? So we talking about when it comes to stocks, right? Stocks, you can diversify on stocks, right? If you look at stocks over the Dow Jones, right? Over these years, let's say last 100 years, it's only been going up. So the chances are you making money doing stocks is only going up. Versus the chance a person hitting that $1 billion is probably 1 out of a billion. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a crapshoot in that situation, right? So now, go ahead.
Not to cut you off, but you use a great example.
Okay.
What I mean by that is that what you said in the market, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
Y'all gotta listen. This is what we do. But go ahead.
I agree with you 100%.
Okay.
But the essence of what you're doing, the spirit of what you're doing, you still gambling. No matter what your interest gonna be on it, whether it be positive all the time or whether it be negative all the time. Like how you diversify in the stock market. I can get that same pair of dice and say, I bet I 6-8 before I 7-11. I bet I 6-8 before I drop out. You know what I'm saying? I can diversify there's different ways that you can diversify and diversify any kind of way. It's still in the essence, you putting up some form of tender for some form of return, whether it be by faith or whether it be by just I wish, or whether it be by something you can study that you know that's going to make a profit. You're still receiving profits from some form of tenor. So the spirit of the law of gambling is still active.
Okay, so let me do this part there. Let me do this part there. And because we got to get back on your interview, right? So, in the stock market, you can make money by losing. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And gambling, you can't. You lose your money, you lose your money.
It all depends. I don't know how the law is set up in Michigan, but the law is set up in Texas, excuse me. But the law is set up in Michigan after a certain point, you might be able to get a tax write-off off that lottery. If you say
okay, so I didn't hear. I got to do research on that, bro. I ain't heard that one before. Hold on, is that true? You can, if you lose a lot of money, you can. It's a tax write-off.
Yeah.
What? Hold on.
When you play that lottery and you win that money, you go pick your money up. Don't the state take their taxes out of it?
Yeah, they do. Okay.
So if they take their taxes out of it, you got a right to receive some form of that back.
See, Stephanie say, "I got him." She say, "You got me, bro." She say, "Got him." Oh my goodness! Hold on, man. Okay, that's something I never heard before, but I gotta research that one, bro. So you might check. You might have got me a check right now. You know what I'm saying? Give me a minute. I'm gonna figure out how to get out of this one, bro. So, but look, man. You again, man. So you guys keep killing it, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep thinking forward like you guys already doing. I ain't telling you nothing you shouldn't, to do nothing you're not already doing, man. And I just want my plate when we get there. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Just let us know when you're hitting town what it is that you want. That's already done. Send us
Absolutely.
When you touch down, when you're coming through that Detroit airport, we in them way.
That's it. Matter of fact, meet me at the airport before I get my luggage. Give me a little break before I get my luggage. I gotta show time. I don't think she's seen this one. We be sitting back like, I don't know what y'all doing over there, man, but y'all doing it right over there, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing it right. I'll be like, send me mine through the mail, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta figure that out. We can talk. We can talk.
That trip and come down there and turn Texas out. We gotta make that trip, though.
Yeah, man. That's real talk, man. That's real talk. You definitely got to do that, man. So, listen, let me see what she say. She said, "What about? Yeah, come on through." She said, "What about her?" Anytime you welcome. Hey, Big Sis, let me show you what these people are doing over here, man. Let me show you something, sis. Check this out. They over there tripping over there. That's what's going on. Check this out, man. Check this out, man. You see what's going on over here? Yeah. See, this is what we talking about.
Whatever you want, sis, just send us your menu.
That's right.
It's going down.
Hey, we just stepped our game up. We didn't got into the seafood aspect of it now too. So it's going down.
What are we doing with the seafood, man? What's happening?
Whatever individual want,
Okay, so we doing shrimp and we doing that right now?
Everything. Long tongue, what is it?
Egg rolls, shrimp
egg rolls, all of them.
Wow. Wow. Okay, all right. Yeah, we're gonna book that fight, baby. We about to get up out of here. We finna come see y'all. Yeah, I gotta get up there though, man. I definitely gotta get up there, man. But let me say this to y'all, man. Did you guys see the kickball tournament going on in Saginaw the other day, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. Regina showed me on Facebook.
That was beautiful.
Man, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I think, like for the first time, bro, I was telling him, I was talking to him earlier, like, bro, I supposed to have been there for that, man, because that brought back some memories, bro.
Yeah.
When we can go and do some stuff like that, man, that was huge, man. That was huge.
You wasn't standing down in that dip at Jones reaching that fence with that kickball.
Man,
You wasn't in the dip at Jones kicking that ball and then reach the fence.
I couldn't kick it that far though. I kicked it over by the what was that, the little jumbo, what is it called? That the little I couldn't hit the fence though. I couldn't hit the fence back there. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I had that iron leg when I got through kicking. It was at Sabodum house.
he doing this thing too, man. I'm proud of him, man, for sure. Yeah. I'm proud of him for sure, man. So is there anything that we left out, man? Anything y'all want to throw in there, man?
Fred and them on the south side. I see you did an interview with Big Fred and them on the south side too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he I guess once or twice a year, man, he throw like a big deal where he invite people to come through to eat for free and all that stuff, man. And I was like, man,
real positive.
Yeah, man. Whenever I see people, man, who are doing something positive, I gotta support, bro.
That's
in
right.
some kind of way, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether we posting or $20 hey man, it's $20 to go buy some hot dogs or whatever, man, because that's what we need, man.
Yeah, right.
Everybody is like, give me, and pushing everybody else away. You know what I'm saying? Where it should be, come on, man, let me show you how to do this. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the way that the young people will respect older people, man, if we do that. Stop thinking about ourselves, man, you know?
Yeah. It's that fear and distrust, man. You know what I'm saying? They got everybody so separated. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. We look at our kids and, and prior to, our kids cutting up how we cut up in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And see how that ill affected them. And it's still going on right now today. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I love to see them brothers down there doing something positive, trying to bring that community together, because there's so much going on in our communities where we come from that's not beneficial to them. And the information that you're doing now on your podcast, educating on various different areas that we even never knew even existed.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
that's the information that they need, because the only way that they're going to change their behavior, it's got to be some kind of funding. It's got to be something that they can look at and say, okay, I can go do this here and I ain't got to do this here.
Yeah,
I ain't got to get in them streets and sell some drugs or whatever. I can sell some food. I can sell a hat. I can sell some shirts. I can sell this. I know business about this. I know about credit. These things is going to help them pull them out of that. Because when you reflect back on when we was growing up, sitting on 6th Street. 6th Street was a torrent, a highway of everything that you consider as negative that we had the opportunity to see. I'm talking about from every aspect of drugs, prostitution,
everything.
Anything that you can think of, we've seen in that neighborhood firsthand. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to realize what would have took us away from our eyes on that folly to something that was positive. The business stuff that we're talking about now. So we got to find a way to be able to get some type of funding to put them in them classes so they can have that opportunity to see something different other than somebody telling them how to shake that bag. You know what I'm saying? For the wrong reason. Take that bag for the right reason. The right bag. The right bag.
Absolutely.
An EIN bag. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And this whole thing I did today, man, was part of that too. Right? Because hopefully some people subscribe to the channel and stuff like that to get a chance to listen to some of these people who are doing some amazing things on the podcast, man, and reach out to them. But also told Fred, also told Chuck this, man. He was telling me that it's a few people, Garber Buick and a couple other people help sponsor it or whatever the case is, right?
Yeah.
So I was letting know the way that we do that now is everybody that was there who participated in it, go patronize that company, man. Go by there and spend some money. Go by and just shake their hand and say, man, I appreciate you sponsoring that. Right. Because what that does, that let them know that, look, that money that we did, it wasn't wasted. Yeah. People came to the door. They may have buy nothing, but they came to the door. And start spending money with people who spend money with you.
That's right.
And what happened is those other businesses who didn't participate, they'd be like, what's going on? Why we didn't know about this? And now they want to fund it too.
That's right.
And now it becomes bigger, and people will start funding stuff going in the hood, and it will spread, bro.
That's
money.
true.
These people, they follow the money. I'm telling you for what I know, bro. It's about money. That's what it's about. That community, Saginaw, bro, that will be revamped in a little bit of no time. If they see if there's a way they can make some money doing it. So what we got to do is show them that money can be made here. Now with the younger people too, they have something that we didn't have coming up, bro. I think I was always a person that had was striving for something, but it seemed like all the doors was locked. The internet is the wild, wild west, bro. Anything you want to know about is on here.
Yeah.
Right? So my thing is to provide some services for these people. Come on over here, man. I'm charging you a dime. Let me show you how to do this real estate.
That's right.
Simple as that. Anybody who come, the next 10 people come to y'all who want to buy some food, free course, bro. Yep. Why not?
Yeah. Right.
Why not, man? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the community, that community got to come together, you know what I'm saying, to figure out how, you know what I'm saying, not only just, you know what I'm saying, them individuals who just stepped up and doing things in their community, they need to get together and network. You know what I'm saying? Create some type of structure where they can go to them different types of business as a couple, you know what I'm saying? Not only just offering one thing, but a multitude of things. You know what I'm saying? When we was growing up, we had Trinity on the east side, you had First Ward on the north side, you had Civitan on part of the north side, east side. You know what I'm saying? You had Merrill Park, you had the neighborhood house on the south side. You know what I'm saying? We had various different places that we can go to and learn something different. Them communities, places don't exist nowadays, and if they do, ain't nobody talking about them. These places need to be opened back up. They need to be funded, and these individuals that's doing stuff in the community, they need to be put in those particular positions so they not only can just educate people, you understand what I'm saying, but so their family can live. You know what I'm saying? And once they live and they feeding other people, and they gonna begin to live. So them communities gonna get back together because you're gonna be coming from different sides of town. You know what I'm saying? Break that barrier. You from this side of town. Look, that don't mean nothing.
That's crazy, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's some folly, and the individual hearing it know it's some folly, but might not want to accept it. I can speak from that personally because I come from that ilk. You understand what I'm saying? And individuals see me on here that know me from that way, know that. We got to break that nonsense, man. It's time to come together, man, because we're killing each other. It's time to come together and build something. You understand what I'm saying? You look at the places in Saginaw, they just tore down Western Autos and dated all that on Genesee, man. Them buildings been there since we was kids, man. And they had need to been tore down. There need to be stuff built there.
For a reason. They shut it down for a reason, big bro.
That's
There's a reason. I've been reading a little bit of papers what they got going on over there. Listen, man, what people don't know is Saginaw they have a school here for the doctors. Doctors come through Saginaw. That's why they built up the two buildings downtown. Is it the Eddie building?
Eddie building in the Bancroft.
That's the reason why they did that, and that's the reason why the rent is so high. Those doctors live in those while they doing their thing or whatever. Then they go off to go to different countries, different states, or whatever the case is. So when I was there the last time, I was down there at the coffee shop, sitting down there. You know, I'm down there chilling. I'm trying to go with. Normally we don't go, right? Yeah. So I'm in this coffee shop down there. I'm talking to this guy. I'm thinking he's a real estate guy. He's like, no, I'm a doctor, man. We sat down and had a conversation. So I'm down there at this such and such. Y'all, I don't know if you guys knew that. There's doctors here. This is the biggest. All doctors come through there. So it's like, man, it's so much going on there, man. We just got to get out of our comfort zone and go and see it.
That's right.
Go and see it. Go to the boat rides they got going on, man. Get out. Go to Freeland. Go to Midland. Go to all these places and be around people that don't look like us, bro, so we can experience some stuff.
Oh, ain't no doubt about it. That's how we're gonna begin to get outside our box that we place ourselves in.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You know.
Yeah. Listen, man. It's nothing you can't do, man. There's nothing you can't do. When you put that in your mind, man, there's nothing you won't do. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing the limitation is you. You put the limitation on yourself, man.
That's right. That's
it's
right.
Simple as that, man. So
that's right. Hey,
what's this say?
It's time for renewal.
Yeah, man.
Yes, it is. Yeah, definitely is.
Yeah. Look, this has been amazing, man. It's been amazing. I got a chance to interview my brother and my sister on the podcast network, bro. I can shut this whole thing down now, bro. I'm done. It's over.
No, you got to keep going, bro. You got many more in you.
I got a lot going on, man. Listen, there's so much momentum behind me, bro. If I stop, it'll run me over.
That's right.
There's so much that's happening, bro. I can't even put it in words, man.
Yeah. Just relax and put it in God's hand. And whatever you can't get done on your feet, He gonna fly you to it.
I'm with you. I'm with all that, man. I'm with all that. So, listen, anything I can do, man, to help, man, y'all let me know. Let us know. You know what I'm saying? These y'all, when y'all posting stuff, I'm reposting it.
That's right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how I rock, man. You know, like people be thinking. I said this the other day. People be thinking that these likes and shares cost money or something, or that you only got 2 or 3 in your lifetime. Nah, man, they free, man. Promote some other people's stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, why not, man? Why not, man? So
got to get outside themselves. You know what I'm saying? Get outside their own feelings and whatnot and see it from a perspective of, is it positive or is it negative? If it's positive, let's push for it. If it's negative, let's see how to make it positive. Let's figure out a formula on how to correct it. You know, let's not dwell in that negative all the time, because as long as you dwell in that, you ain't going to do nothing but keep creating negativity. You know?
And let me say this before we get off, man. Listen, everybody, man, who's listening to this, man, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming. You your own savior, man.
That's right.
You and your spouse or whoever you're rocking with, that's it. Yeah. So these things we're talking about accomplishing, man, you got to put forth the effort. You got to get out in the snow. You got to do what you got to do to get you to that next level, or the shame is on you.
Yeah.
Nobody's coming, man. The government don't care. Nobody cares, bro. And look at the kids. You go outside and look at the cats where the world that's at these liquor stores, whatever the case is, where life just passed them by.
Mm-hmm.
It happens, man.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So go get it, man.
Yeah,
YouTube University. I am a alumni of YouTube University, bro. So and I'm graduating with my bachelor's, what's called the doctorate degree. You know what I'm saying? So all right. So any more thoughts here before we get off? She said something else. Nobody owes you anything.
Right.
Nobody owes you anything.
Right.
You know? So, all right. Any more comments? Any last comments before we get off? I know I said it before, but you got something you want to add? Say shout out to some people and all that good stuff.
Well, shout out to the kids and all the family and the love. Our nieces and nephews and uncles and grandbabies and everybody.
All that.
And my Morris kinfolk, you know, all's well.
Yeah.
You know, peace and love, you know.
Stephanie, shout out to you, big sis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Birthday, namesake.
We coming to you.
Yeah. Saginaw, Pontiac, Detroit, man. Y'all see who it is, man.
That's right.
Y'all go holler at him and tell him, say, Jay sent me, man.
That's right.
And man, I love y'all.
Love you too,
bro. To the moon, man. To the moon.
Okay.
You know how we rock. Much love.
Much love, bro.
All right. Peace. All right, sis. Be easy. What's up, everybody? This is Jeamain Wicker with Small Business Stand Up, man. And yeah, you guys see who that is right there. This is Mike. Mike, what's up with you?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Man, listen, man, I always say, man, it's a great day to be alive, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. It's about being alive, man. But listen, man, I can't lie, man. I've been watching you, bro. I've really been watching you, man. And I've seen a change in you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know you've seen it too. I know everybody around you've seen it as well. But, you know, I knew the old guy, but I want to get to know the new guy now, man. You know, tell me a little about the new changes that you've been doing, man. What are you doing right now?
This has been a lot of positive thinking, man. A lot of things that, you know, that we done that we didn't want to listen to back then.
Yeah.
It's all came full circle now, and I'm actually realizing, like, wow, man. I'm like, moms never was telling us this, you know. Because now what it is, now I'm a parent.
Yeah, man.
Now my kids are at that age, so now I'm trying to tell my kids to be better. And I realized I was getting told the same thing. So that kind of made me start looking at things a whole lot different, you know, and my thought process started being different. But, you know, it's hard when you got people trying to pull you off that square, you know.
Yeah, man. That's so true, man. This is, you know, with me, you know, as you know, with me, man, I always did the opposite of what people was doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I had the mindset, I'm gonna do something different. You know what I'm saying? Even back then. So, but I seen a lot of you cats, man, with, you know, things you guys are doing, man, and you coming out of that, bro. There's not a lot of us made it out of that, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. I look at a lot of people I grew up with, man, and
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, it ain't a lot, but it's a very few that I kind of like. I watch, and I really care about the guys, man. And I mean, you know, it's like almost like I feel some type of sadness for them because the change ain't easy, man. You know, it's
It
not easy.
ain't.
You know, I mean,
It
it's
ain't.
not an overnight process. I mean, and what's in you always gonna be in you. You know, it's just about what you do to keep that there. You know, so I'm just. You know, I'm always trying to fight that old stuff out and, you know, keep the new stuff going. So, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's check this out. So one day I'm on Facebook one day and I'm looking at this flyer. I know it was a book or something. It was a flyer from one of the colleges, bro. And I seen you on it. I was like, what is happening? Like what's going on, bro? You on the cover of what is it, Delta? Was that Delta?
Yeah, Delta College.
Delta College, bro. Like what's happening? What tell us about that, man. That was huge right there, man.
Yes, it was because actually I didn't even want to go and walk to get my paperwork and everything. So my wife was like, "No, baby, you know, come on, go. You know, you didn't
Yeah.
walk it when you graduated. You did this. Come on, this is a big accomplishment." And just so happened, you know, my last name Welch, so I was like one of the last persons to get up there to get my stuff, and it just so happened they used my picture for Delta website and flyer for like 2 years in a row.
Wow.
Yeah,
They did it 2 years in a row.
they used it 2 years in a row.
Man,
Yeah.
that's huge, bro. And
Yeah.
when I seen that, bro, I think I reposted it probably about 4 times, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this people don't even understand. To get to that point, bro, I know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't one of the cats that don't know. So I salute you with that, bro. I salute you with that, man. And
Yeah,
the,
man.
and
I
the,
mean,
yeah,
that really kind of like once I saw that, it really kind of like touched me a lot because
yeah,
it just
man.
let me know where it let me kind of it kind of made me feel way different. My thought process kind of almost changed. Like, wow,
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
I can't
Yeah, man.
believe this, you know.
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah. Did we lose you?
yeah, it made my thought process change so much, man. Like, wow, I can't believe I'm on Delta web page. I can't believe I'm on the flyer for open enrollments. I couldn't believe that. And, you know, especially like you said, from where I come from and the people I grew up around and things I've done, I was like, wow, I can't believe this.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I mean, if you would talk to somebody like if I'd have told you back in the day, bro, one day you're gonna be on the cover of Dental magazine, you'd be like, bro, you need to go on with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But look, see, that's going to show you, man. That's what they call a full life.
Exactly. Yeah, it's full circle, man. I just turned 51 last week, so I mean,
Man,
that's a blessing right there, man. I mean, I remember it was time that I wouldn't make it past 25, and that's what the people were saying to me. You know,
yeah, man.
they whole perception of me and the things I was doing at the time. I guess you know they wasn't lying. So
Yeah,
I mean to make it to 51 now, I mean it's a blessing right now.
absolutely, absolutely. So I know now, man. You're doing some great things with your business, man. Let me show you something real quick.
Okay.
Let me show you something real quick. Let me pull this up. When I see this, I was like, man, I see the vision. You know what I'm saying? I see the vision. So I'm looking at it, right? Let me see if I can blow this thing up a little bit. So, okay, hold on. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, so I see this. I say, okay, I see the vision. I see where Mike is going with this thing here. You know what I'm saying? You got the lines all. You know what I mean? I see it. I see you.
I'm
So
trying to build.
yeah. Hold on, this thing going fast on me, man. I'm trying to take my time through it here, man. So you got the guy out there, man. You out there doing the thing, man. So what got you into this, bro?
Actually, it's kind of weird how I got into doing it because I actually was at home cutting my grass one day. And the girl up the street was like, "Hey, you'll come cut mine?" I was like, "Yeah." So I went down there and cut her grass. Then all of a sudden, I got like somebody say, "Hey, I need mine cut." Then all of a sudden, I'm like, I had like 3 people to cut their grass. I'm like, man, I don't need to cut grass.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the guy, one of my buddies he said, "I need my grass cut." So I went over to a house he had just bought, and his backyard was like it was in the Buena Vista. So his backyard was real huge. So I went and got me a riding lawnmower. I said, I'm gonna go get a riding lawnmower and do this yard. So I got the riding lawnmower. I paid the lawnmower off. I was cutting yards with the riding lawnmower. I think probably about 2 years. And all of a sudden, I went and got that the one you see me on now. I went and got that one.
Yeah,
And when I got
yeah.
that that made the grass cut business a whole lot different. But I said, it would have grown from there. I couldn't believe it. I told my nephew, I said, man, I never thought I'd be doing lawn care at my age.
Yeah.
Never thought, So I mean, I know we got dreams and goals. I said, but sometimes, life turns us in a different direction. You never know what way we're gonna go.
Absolutely. And the great thing about it, man, is that it's being adaptable to a situation, right? Those are some of the tools that you got to have in the street, bro. You see something happen, you got to adapt to it. And so that may be a trait that you've been honing all your life. You know what I'm saying?
When I went to college, I went to college for business, a small business and entrepreneurship. And so it was almost like a cakewalk getting through the classes because a small business is really just mainly, like running your own company, doing your own things. So, I mean, with me knowing how to get out and sell myself and do what I've been doing all my life, it was almost like, hey, I kind of got this. I thought it was going to be hard, business law and criminal law. I kind of know all that.
Absolutely.
It's up and down.
What's funny, man, is that I've been in business now for some years now, man. So it is a lot of parallels, bro. It's a lot of things that we learned coming up on the other side, right? That I still it still equate to what I'm doing now, right? In this situation, in this position I'm in right now, I had to manage a lot of people that like they moods and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I know when a person is telling lies. I learned that from the street. You know what I'm saying? Can it kill you, bro, if you don't realize you're telling lies, bro? Man, come on, bro. I'm from the street, bro. I know what that is. And have the gift of the gab and how to trade for currency, right?
Exactly.
Same thing, bro. How to mark it up, get what you need to get out of, bring it up. It's all equates, man. So to see you on the end of this, bro, I was like, listen, man, I see some stuff that's going on. I said, let me shoot this to my guy. Hopefully you take that and run with it, bro. Because that's another level type of situation, though. And I got your text back. He was like, man, I ain't think about it like that. But I think that'll help a lot, man. The information I sent over to you.
Yeah, I'm going, actually, I'll go through that right now as far as like, and say the people that work with me or something like that, some people that, I see them miss certain things or don't do this and do that. I'll be looking like, hold on, man. Yeah, I see you didn't do that. I saw you look at that and keep on going. So
Exactly.
So it's kind of like then if I don't go back and double back and get it and I leave it, then the customer calling me saying, hey, you left something right here by the front porch or something like that, and I'll be like, man, I knew it was, but and it's I'm dealing with friends and families like that, so that's another hard thing to do. When you're trying to create something and do something, you got family and friends, as employees or whatever you want to call them, so it's hard, because you can't really like get on them like you really want to because you'll break up a friendship. You'll cause the confusion, So it's like I'm walking a fine line with some of the things I want to say to them guys, and they look at it like it's not a job to them. They like they helping me, and I understand how someone might look at it like, well, I'm helping, but if you help me right, don't help me.
Yeah, that's real, dog. I trust me, I went through that same situation, man. But in the position that we are in right now, right, we have to delegate, but at the same time, we have to follow to make sure it's done right. Because ultimately, it's your business. What they don't do affects you and your family. You know what I'm saying? So it is part of it. Even if they do it right, 99% of the time, you still gotta go behind it to make sure everything is right. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
What I've seen, if I incentivize it's crazy to say that, to incentivize a person to do their job. But what I've learned, if I say, listen, man, if I ain't gotta follow behind you, bro, I'll give you an extra such and such. But the minute that you mess up, man, I'm gonna have to get you out of here, bro, and get somebody who wants to be here. Because obviously you don't, bro. You tripping. It takes one more walk around this place to make sure everything is done. It takes what, 10 seconds, 15 seconds to do that?
If everyone know their job when we get to a house, and we go to these houses at least weekly or bi-weekly. Yeah. So we doing these houses all summer long, all spring and summer, and sometime into the fall. So we doing these same houses weekly and bi-weekly. Yeah, it should be easier. It should get easier. If you with me every day and we going back to the same house every Friday or every Saturday or every bi-weekly, it should be to the point where we should better get out and everybody go their own separate ways
and knock it out.
I was out in the township doing a house, and we was unloaded and everything ready to go. I watched some other guys pull up in the truck across from me, but they was gonna do the house where my truck was at. I say, "Oh, you okay? We good." I watched them guys get out. One guy got on the zero turn. Other guy got a stand up. Other guy had a weed whacker. Other guy had an edger. They all took off, and they was done. Like, I mean, actually, probably like in 12 minutes at the top.
Wow, they knocked it out.
The house they was doing with the same size house I was doing. I'm there like 35 minutes. I'm like,
like something wrong with this. Something wrong with this picture, bro.
I said, son, did you see that? He said, yeah. I said, now you see how fast they got done with the house? Like they going. I said, believe you, I'm only charging $40 to do this. They probably charge $75 to do that. They think goes to where they charge another $75. They made $150 in 1 hour and a half an hour's time. They made $300 an hour. They moving. I said, but they getting paid good money too because they know how to move well. I said, we had a house 30, 40 minutes. I said, hey, I'm not making the business not making no money. So, you know, my son been catching on and he been watching, and so he kind of seeing what I'm talking about now. But it's hard.
If it's like I don't know. I mean, this kind of how I do different things. But it's like, okay, if I want to get out of here at such and such time, and I say, listen, man, if we get this done, all these places done within this particular time, you get an extra bonus. You'll see people going a lot faster than they normally would. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get off early and they getting compensated to get off early too, and they get it done. You know what I'm saying? But if it's an hourly situation, it you know, they working themselves out of a business, out of money if they going too fast. You got to think like an employer, you know what I'm saying, in that situation. So it's like incentive. Like I have 3 assistants, and when I give them a base pay plus commission, and I give them a little extra just because. Like I might see them doing something that normally don't do, come in on a Sunday or whatever the case is. I'm like, here's a few dollars, go out to dinner with your family, whatever the case is. Mm-hmm. So on a Sunday, what happens is I'm sitting at home chilling one day. I hear a ding, and I'm looking at my computer. I see her working. I'm like, why are you here working on a Sunday? She's like, I know I had to get this out by Monday, and I want to make sure Monday rolls smooth. I'm like, man, that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. So is this, you know, just kind of think about it, man. You know what I'm saying? You got it this far. You can take that next level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, but you got to have the people that's willing to want to do that.
That's true.
That way they can get them incentives. You know, some people don't want to do it. They want to just do what they can do and go. You know, so
that's true.
It's finding the right people that want to be in that position. You know, and I think right now with the community right now and the thing that's going on right now, man, I think everyone is kind of like, I don't want to say they down on themselves, but it's like they making excuses not to have when it's you know it's out here to get. So I mean, I don't understand it. You know, I mean, I'm working a full-time job and doing this on the side.
Yeah.
And I don't know how a person can say, well, hey, while you at work, I'm gonna go do X amount of yards and I'll park the truck back in the driveway. Yeah. And they'll just cash at me whatever they want to do with me with the money, and I just take care of y'all on the other end. But I don't got people that want to do that. They don't want to learn how to ride the lawnmower.
It's so real, bro. It's so real. I you know, the good thing about being here, I say being here in Texas, man, you get a chance to see a lot of different types of hustles. Like, cause this is an international city. So you got people that's from Japan, people that's from Africa, and you sit back and like, man, everybody's buying and selling. They doing something, trading services for money or whatever the case is, and you sit back and see how they operate, how they do different things, how they go get loans and all this stuff. I'm like, I need to take this information and take it with me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a self-motivated person, so I don't need nobody to motivate me. I've always been that type of person. And unfortunately, on my team, if you're not like that, bro, I don't have no use for you. You know what I'm saying? I salute you, man. You know what I'm saying? But I got to keep it moving, man, because you're stopping me from getting to the next level. So my thing was, I want my business to be able to run automatically without me being there.
Exactly.
That's the ultimate goal, because when you're making money while you're just chilling, and, you know, somewhere with your wife or whatever the case is, who are you going to trust to be able to do that?
Exactly.
It's nobody on your team like that. Unfortunately, we got to figure out a way to get that person in place so everything keep moving.
Exactly, and I think that's the sad part about what's going on around here and everything is that, you know, they want it, but they don't want it. They don't want to take the initiative to get it. You know, it got to fall in their hands some type of way. You know, I got to give you the keys or something. I don't want to tell you what to do. It's like you should know what to do. You know, so you know, like I said, if you take the initiative to do it, it's always going to be a sentiment in there for you.
Absolutely.
Right now, I got grass in the back of my truck that need to be dumped, you know.
Yeah.
But I got to be at work in about 2 hours, so I can't do it right now. But I just told my son, I said, "Hey, go to the dump the grass, and I'm gonna pay him for that little hour of time that he did when he did what he did, you know, because I got to be at work, so." Yeah. And I need that type of motivation from people like that, you know.
For sure. Man, I salute you, man. I see the vision. You know what I'm saying? And you out there getting it, man. I know you're working a full-time job and you're doing that on the side, man. That's a lot of energy too that you gotta, put out there, whatever. But it's worth it in the long run. You know what I'm saying?
It pays off. It's
It pays
draining.
off.
Actually, the other day, I was kind of like really drained. I've been working 9-hour days. It's like, I work in Flint at GM, so
Okay.
I'm getting home at 1:45 in the morning. I'm back up at 8 o'clock. Out cutting grass by 9, so it drained. So yesterday I actually had to stay home and don't get up. So now I'm kind of like behind in my yards, but I needed to rest. I needed to rest. But and that goes to say that if I had the right team around me, they'd be like, "Hey, you good? We got this." They could have left with the truck and handled everything. So
And
it's
then
about
you
putting the
can
right people
expand.
in place.
And then you can expand. You know what I'm saying? And get it to the point to where if you wanted to sell it one day, you can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's what it's about. Like I don't have what I'm doing right now 100% where I can walk away and still make money off on it, but I'm close to it. I'm close to it. Everybody in place. You know what I'm saying? But man, listen, Mike, man, I'm proud of you, bro.
Man, I'm proud of you, brother. You're doing the right thing. I'm seeing you on here, and that's why I like to follow you on my page, on my business page, because I'm trying to follow different people, and I see right now you are one of the persons that I'm following that's doing a lot on the page. I'm trying to bring everything over from my other page to that page because I don't want a lot of negativity on this page. But I see you doing the right things, I really applaud you for that, man.
Man, I'm trying, man. It's like I try to build a platform, man, for entrepreneurs, right? To put them in the eyesight of different people. Like we have quite a few people, entrepreneurs that's on the show. I don't know if you got a chance to see all of them, but what I'm doing it's a network of podcasts. You know what I'm saying? So we got the sports one we do sports prediction. We had WNBA player was on the other day. I forgot her name. I just slipped my mind, man. But we also had the. Go ahead. What you say?
You need to get Bruce on there on that sports stuff, man.
I actually reached out to him too, but I know Bruce be working too, man. So
He at work right now. I just told him, man, I got to do a interview with Jay right now, man. So he's like, oh, okay, they'll let you go on and go.
Yeah.
So, you need to get him on there, let him talk all this stuff, man.
I'm hit him up. Yeah, I know he must. He working nice, right?
No, he on second, but he always go in early. He be in 12. He doing 12 hours every day. He said he get it. I said, man, hey, no power to you, brother.
I'm proud of him too, man. I'm proud of him. He doing his thing. You know what's crazy? He's about 45 or something like that minutes from me. And he got his own thing going on this side. I'm way on the other side of town with not even the other side, another city or whatever the case is. But there's no excuse we haven't kicked it though. I think it was one time he came on the side, we supposed to have kicked it. You kicked it or whatever because we didn't get a chance to, man. But I need to reach out to him, man. I'm doing so much stuff, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So
it's hard, man. I tell everybody every day, man. I said just try to stay focused and do the right thing, and with a wife and everything, kids are grown now, man.
Yeah.
It's so much things that we gotta account for now that we didn't account for when we was young. So that's where a lot of things become kind of like look different to other people because they don't understand where I didn't have responsibilities at this time. I got them now, and I'm gonna be accountable for. If my wife said let's go to the movies, I want to go to the movies.
Absolutely.
I can't.
Absolutely.
But then it's like, oh man, I'd be like, I stay and hang out with the fellas. Nah, I gotta go to the movies.
Nah, bro. No, bro.
Let's go to the movies. We go to the movies.
I'm out, bro. We out. We going to go kick it. You know what I'm saying? And that's my wife been married next month on the 15th. It'll be 30 years, man. You know what I'm saying? We've been together since 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? If it weren't for her, bro, I'd have got caught up in the streets myself. She got me out of here right at the right time when I was 18 years old, bro.
I think that's why I tell a lot of people, man, my wife, it's about finding the right woman, man, because my wife kind of like, she the one got me into school. She the one had me going to college. She the one kind of like, she was trying to get me to get in the car business, sell cars and everything. But for some reason, I kind of detoured from that, and I guess I ended up grabbing the lawn care stuff. Yeah. So she kind of like been pushing me to do all these things. So having that right person on your side to help you, man, and and motivate you. It don't be all peaches and cream every day, but you just need that pat on the back sometime,
Absolutely.
You're doing something right.
But Mike, man, that's actually scriptural, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's actually what God said. He said, it's not good for men to dwell alone. We need them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Now we had a household. Don't get me wrong, but we need them, bro. They see things that we don't see. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 100 real quick. And I remember, man, I was trying to get out there and do my thing, whatever the case is, right? And my wife saved me from a raid before, told me to stay home, and I didn't go. You know what I'm saying? If I'd have went, I'd have gotten caught up in a whole lot of nonsense, man. She not only did that, but she sent the bus ticket for me to get out of Saginaw to come to Dallas when I was 18 years old. And I got here and it changed my life, bro. You know what I'm saying? So,
you know what, Jay, when you saying that right there, Jay, that right there, that made me think about when I went to prison in 97. When I got to prison in 97, I started meeting a lot of guys in there. And a lot of guys, they all said, if I would listen to my woman, I would listen to my mother. My sister told me this. It was always some type of woman that was there to stop us from being where we at now. And I'm assuming, like, I mean, some people made the mistakes and they did what they did, but I can almost say 75% of the guys that I talked to, it was almost a woman that could have prevented them from being where they was at.
I agree. 100% agree, bro. 100% agree, man. So that being said, man, we make sure, man, the wife of the family is taken care of, bro. She over everybody, bro. Kids, everything, man. It's about your wife, man. Because if it all goes down, bro, you know what I'm saying? We hopefully, God forbid, we don't get in a situation we can't take care of ourselves. The wife gonna be there. Not the cats, not the poo, not the pot. They gonna pop in. What's up? But they gonna keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's how it goes, man.
They go home like the log on the fireplace.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Movie while you sit over
chilling, you know.
Argue with your woman. Yeah, you're like,
exactly.
I messed up my household.
Exactly. Man, listen.
Yeah.
And then cut and go lawn care service, bro. So you guys in mid, what is it? Is it the mid city? What do they call it up there? Not the
Tri-City.
Tri-City. In the Tri-City area, we all see what it is, man. Y'all see what it is, man. Definitely reach out to him, man. Mike, how they get in contact with you, bro?
Well, I got the Facebook page, Cut and Go Lawn Care. I got an Instagram page, Cut and Go Lawn Care as well. And my phone number is you can reach me on the phone. I don't got it on my trailer, but my phone number is 989-971-6402.
One more time.
989-971-6402.
Man, salute to you, bro, man. Let me tell you something, man. People, whether they said it or not, man, everybody see the change in you, bro. Everybody see it. You be blind not to see it. And I want to tell you, man, I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you.
I just want to say, man, and with that being said, a lot of people see it, and I met a lot of different people, man, because I have changed some of the things I do, and I still hang around the same people I hang around, but I guess I limit my circle. I limit how I hang. And now I'm trying to cut back on some of the things I say on social network. Some things was, it's like it's the growth coming in. It's like, man, I can't say that.
It's business now too. You got potential business that's out there looking, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to turn no dollar away because of something that you said. You know what I mean? So
I do a property for a woman that live in Detroit. She in the real estate game as you, and she like, hey, what's your Facebook page? I said, hey, go on my Cut Go page because it's more positive on there.
Yeah.
So I talk with her like monthly and everything, and I mean, a real good person, man. She's a real good woman. I might have to reach out to her and let her meet with you so she can get involved with what you got going on as well.
Okay.
Because me and her were talking the other day, and she said that she's trying to put a party together right now for anyone that's involved in real estate, real estate lawyers, property managers, anything that got to do with realtor. She's like, hey, if you got anything to do with real estate, she's trying to get a whole party together down in Detroit. And I'm like, that sounds like the place to be. She said, yeah, you welcome as well because you manage a property of mine. She said, you welcome to be in the room. I said, that's a place I would love to be at. In
Absolutely.
There, passing out business cards, getting business cards, meeting everyone.
What I'm gonna do here, man. Let me give. I know everybody listening to, so I guess everybody gonna hear this too as well, man. So, I got a couple people, man, or quite a few people there, man, who actually buys properties, and a lot of them have a lot of properties. So I'm gonna plug you in. I'm plug you in. So, you know what I'm saying? So also, when I was there, this last time I was there, man, they have landlord associations right there off of Michigan, right across from that church right there, that big church. Okay, you know the courthouse. It used to be, I don't know if it's still a church right there, but right in front of that church right there at the top, they have the landlord association. If you go up there, bro, and introduce yourself to them, everybody up there is landlords, bro.
Okay.
They need their lawn care stuff done. You know what I'm saying?
And I never knew where the landlord association was at. You know, I
Yeah.
should have been with me owning properties. I should have been knew that, but
Yeah. You know, when I came there, I hit the ground running, bro. I learned, I met everybody, bro. The dude who did the Eddie, I mean not Earth Eddie, but the Eddie building, the one that did the one across the street. I met them all when I was there for that short period of time because I knew that's where the money's at. I need to get where they at, bro. Who doing what? Okay, let me go where they be. You know what I'm saying? So salute to you, man. Salute to you. So I got you, bro. I'm plug you in. I'll plug you in.
All right, thank you, brother.
Mike, hey, man, keep doing what you're doing, man. And make sure, bro, you got to do this for me. There's a young cat who probably going to see this. You got to give him the game for free. You got to pay it for it. You got to give one person the game for free and tell them what you're doing. Whether you take it and run with it or not, that's on them. One person.
Exactly.
All right?
Got you.
Salute to you, bro. All right, we'll holler at you, bro. I love you, man. All right, be easy. What's up, everybody?
Let me pull back to the other side of my lot.
Okay, not a problem. What's going on, everybody? This is Small Business Stand Up, and as you guys can see, I got Fred Stewart on here, man. What's up, Fred?
Hey, how you doing, Jay?
Man,
Wicker.
Yes, sir. I'm doing great, man. I had to. I'm hit a couple people today already, man, and I said I have to hit you today, man.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Not a problem, man. I say, listen, man. When I first seen you, man, you was at Walmart, right? And
Yeah.
you was walking and talking with your phone. And you said you was getting some food together. You about to have a cookout, and everybody's invited. Nobody had to pay a fee. And I was trying to blow your phone up, man, to get to you to give you some money to do that, to help do that. But every time
Okay.
I said, my man ain't chasing nobody for no money, no nothing. I need to get with him.
Yeah, but I always come out my own pocket with it because the thing about it, though, you know, my payment is when you bring everybody together and you see the smile on people's faces.
Yeah, man.
And you know what I'm saying? You can Saginaw, sometimes Saginaw have a bad reputation. But when you sit and bring every side of town, I bring east side, north side, south side, BV, Bridgeport. I do my annual cookout every year. And I bring people from Florida to Atlanta, Ohio, Indiana, Detroit, Flint. And you know, on this area, I got on a block. And it's a small block. And I just like to, you know what I'm saying, and just throw the love and positivity out there. And it'd be so wonderful and beautiful. That's my payment. I don't need nobody, money. If a person want to sponsor me, and my thing is, if a person brings something, you bring it. But you don't look for nothing back.
Facts, man.
You have to sit there and share it. I don't care if you sit there and put $200 or $300 into it. I put thousands into it all the time. Yeah. But if you sit there and put $100 into it, I don't care if you put $20 into it. You know what I'm saying? Don't look for nothing back, because your blessings will come back to you.
Absolutely, man. And understand, man, we shouldn't be doing it just for the blessings to come back. It should be out of the kindness of your heart, man, because
that's what I am.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
all I do, though.
Man, I salute you for that. Like I'm here. I'm originally from Saginaw for sure, but
yes,
I'm here in the South, right?
Yes,
I'm here in the South. And is their custom to do that? Like in Louisiana, you go down there, man, and their custom is to feed people. That's just how they rock. You know what I'm saying? You come here, well, come on and get you a plate. They make you get some to eat. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? But the thing about it, though, that's just what I'm doing right here.
I know,
because
man.
Anytime I sit there and I cook down here, and people's always, is you selling plates? No, I haven't sold. I've been doing this for 7 years.
Wow.
I haven't had that one issue, no fights, nothing, because I target young and old. A lot of people don't like to target the young peoples, but you want to target what's causing problems, and that's the younger generation. And the key to that is respect. You talk to them respectfully,
yes,
and they
sir.
give you respect back.
Yes, sir.
And I ain't had no problems, it just been going beautiful with me. I'd had no problems. I turned down 2 sponsors because, I don't mind a person I want to sponsor me or whatever, but the sponsors that want to sponsor me, what I do, I own my own blocks. and they got stipulations. And I did the stipulations that they had, I did not like.
I agree.
So you either, you know what I'm saying? So I just rather come out of my pocket and just throw the love and positivity out there. That's, you know what I'm saying? God didn't, you know, I look at it like this. God sat there and walked into the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? Not, everybody's not the same. Everybody got their own footprint. But you know what I'm saying? This is just me. I can't accept who I am. My wife told me, do not change who I am. Because one day I got tired and she said, nope. You say, that's who you is. Do not change it. That's ain't what I fell in love with. And I've been married for 31 years.
Man, mine would be 30 next month, man. 30 next month.
Okay.
Man.
You still young a little bit. I got you that year.
Hey, I'm so happy to find somebody who's been married longer than me. I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hold up.
So listen,
yeah, I'm
man.
okay. I got people. I'm sorry. People
no, bro. Do you,
they
bro?
try to check on me.
Yeah, do you, bro? I understand. You got a lot going on right now. I'm just bothering you right now. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're not. I appreciate you sitting there getting in contact with me.
I was saying that in jest, though. I was just messing with you. I'm just tripping. I know.
Thank you.
Man, I appreciate you. Listen, so what got you to that point that you said, let me do this? Like, you just popped up one day and said, you know what? Let me go ahead and feed some people. What got you to that point?
Do you really want to tell my testimony?
Please do. Please do.
You really want to hear it?
I want to hear it, bro. We want to hear it.
Okay.
The people that listen to it want to hear this. Because, before you get started, So, listen, man, this guy here is from my hometown, Saginaw, Michigan, bro. And I'm going to just keep it 100, man. You don't really find people like you that's out there just doing stuff just out of the kindness of your heart. And if they are, you don't really hear about it, right? And you tell people, come on over here, man, and eat for free. You ain't got to be from this side of town. And you got people from other sides of town.
It don't matter where you're from.
Where we from, that don't happen. That normally don't happen where we from. So go ahead and do your thing, bro. Do your thing.
Okay. You know, I'm not trying to sound long-winded, but, you know, you asked to hear my testimony.
I want to hear it, bro.
I just sat there and deal drugs before. And, you know, you don't have allergy, yes. You know, but I'd have been shot 5 times. That's just by mistaken identity. I never was into the gun violence. I never was no gangbanger or nothing like that. But did I sell drugs? Yes, I did. And I've been so many, you know, I got a bunch of felonies. They tried to lock me away from 20 to life for drugs. But one day, you know, I was sitting in the county jail, and I was laying in the bed, and I just sat there, and I was just laying there. I was looking at it, and I started talking to God, you know, just like I'm talking to you right now, you know. And I just sat there, and it just felt like my body left for a second. And all I heard was people saying breakfast. I'm like, what do you mean breakfast? I just laid down. They said it's breakfast. I said, man, I just got finished watching TV. It ain't breakfast. And I don't know what happened, but it was breakfast. So I feel like my soul left out of my body. But at the same time, it's a bunch of stuff got took out of me. And at the same time, you know, and you know, when I can't, you know, when I got too much to live for. I'm not gonna lose everything I got. I've been married 31 years to a beautiful wife. I got 3 kids. I got 14 grandkids. You know, I will be 50 in December the 6th. And I'm not gonna sit there and lie. God sat there and took all that stuff out of me. So if a person don't sit there and believe in God, that's their problem. I'm not gonna debate with you. I'm not gonna debate with you on the word of God. You know what I'm saying? I don't go to church every week, you know what I'm saying, like I'm supposed to. But I'm gonna tell you like this: God is real, because God would sit there and take stuff out of you. God would sit there and show you.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So and from what I sit there and got right now, it's beautiful, you know what I'm saying? I got people from other side of town right here, right now, looking. I had to actually walk away because, you know, the music was kind of probably messing with everything.
Yeah.
But everything is beautiful. I love it. And you can't let, you know, my payment is, I don't care what money I spend. I spend thousands on it all the time. And my payment, your blessings come back, but my payment this is my payment. When I see a guy that's beefing with this other guy from the other side of town, and they sitting here like around about 40, 50 feet away from each other with no problems, ain't even paying attention to each other. I feel like I did something.
Wow, man. Wow.
And you know, back in the day, you from Saginaw, North side and South side had the issue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That ain't like that when it comes to this. Anything can happen anywhere, no matter where. But it would not be happening on this block in 7 years. I have mayor here. I be having the mayor come out here, and I be having the fire department come here. Matter of fact, I just did one with the fire department. Said the police come here, the K9 unit. They come and get something to eat every time. You know, I ain't gonna sit there and lie. They you know what they tell me? They tell me I'm boring. They go on the other side of town. And no, you laugh, but I'm serious, man. They actually told me that I was boring. They said we've been going to sat down. We just come about to get some ribs and some beans. Man. I'm like, all right, go ahead.
Yeah.
So,
man,
you know, that's just me. I can't change who I am. God to put something in me that I can't take out.
Let me tell you something, man.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, as men, we only get our flowers when we die at our funeral, right? So I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, man. Listen, man. Salute to you, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, bro. Because people, listen, man, there's a kid who see what you do every year. He may not talk to you, he may not tell you whatever the case is, but you are affecting people. I'm here in Dallas, bro, and I feel it. You understand what I'm saying? I feel it. I wonder, like I said, I was going through my phone. I said, "You gonna do what? Like you don't see that, man." So I'm like, I'm following you. That's why every time you post something, I'm liking it, I'm sharing it, all that. I'm like, man, this is the dude. So
you already seen the 7 bikes I gave out this year, huh?
Absolutely. I was about to tell you about that, man. So
brand new bikes from Walmart.
Listen, this cat here, guys, y'all gotta understand what I'm saying. He's giving away bikes to people, bro, to kids and stuff like that, and you feed them, giving them bikes, man. And you got the police come by there. You got undercovers coming by. You got the fire
all the time.
You got ex-gang bangers coming through. You got current gang bangers coming through, and nobody's tripping.
Nope.
That you know what that tell me? It ain't about you. You can't do that. That's God do that.
I don't take the credit for that.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, man.
See, that's what a lot of problem with it is. People take credit for stuff they do, but it's not them. It's God doing that.
Absolutely, man.
You can't take the credit for that. I give God all the credit.
Man, that's dope, man. That's dope, man. And I see you guys, you and your wife, man, out, vacationing and stuff like that, man. So I see it. I've been cyber stalking you, bro. I've been cyber stalking you.
You been seeing that?
I've been seeing you, man. I'm like, man, look at, I said, and you living, man. So, and I see you drive buses and stuff like that.
Yeah, trucks, and I drive semis and buses, but I'm originally with Stars now. I'm sticking with it for a minute.
Dope, man. I still have my CDL. You know what I'm saying? So I still
CDL as well. Class A, not B.
Yes, sir. I got Class A as well. Sir. So I just talked to a gentleman a little earlier, man. He had his Class A, man. I know you know his name, Chucky Lawrence. Chucky Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him.
I just was at the cookout. Chucky just did the cookout, at the park.
Yeah, we just talked about that.
I just told him, I said, you can't stop this, right? Because you did something like I was doing, but you can't stop this, right? You got to keep it going.
I just told him the same thing. I said, man.
Oh, you did?
I just told him exactly. I said, you don't even understand. Like we was talking about that. It's not really pushed on like the news or whatever the case is. But I told him your point got taken because we all got our own TV now. You know what I'm saying? Own TV station. So it reached who it needed to reach. It did its job, man. So hopefully we get a positive turn now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that, man. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you a question. So what can a person do? What can a person who's seeing what you're doing right now do for you and for you? What can they do?
You say could do for me?
Yeah.
To be honest, okay, what a person could do for me that's not in my same city is do the same thing in your city. Don't be scared to talk to the young peoples. Don't be scared to talk to young people. I don't care where you're in Dallas, Memphis, California, or whoever watching this. Don't be scared of the young people. But the key is respect them. The same thing like we sit there and talk together, no matter if they're younger than you, you can't go sit there going talk to them like rah, 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 going crazy talking to them.
Yeah, man.
You got to talk to them respectfully. And I'm telling you, when you sit and talk to them respectfully, they will give you that same respect back.
Facts.
And I'm telling you, I have kids out here. Oh, okay. Come here, babe. This is my wife. She just not walking up. I have kids out here respect me better than they own. They respect me better than they own parents. And, it's kind of messing me up.
Wow.
Hey, Jay, I want to say something. I was wondering, can I show you my wife, the one I've been behind my back for 31 years?
Please do, man. Please do.
She's a hot dog. Babe, come here. You always eating? Yeah, babe. Look, this one had my back for 31 years. Even when I was locked up in, I was locked up in prison back in the 90s. But
I'm from the street
telling my testimony, narcotics. And she stayed there with me all them years.
Man.
Okay, come here, babe. I am on podcast. This is Jeamain Wicker. He is from Saginaw also.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. This is my beautiful wife, Kimberly Stewart.
That's the better half right there. That's the better half right there.
Yeah. This
I
is the
know.
one be on all the trips. He be watching us on the cruises.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Something.
Yes.
y'all inspire us, man. We gonna do the same thing, man. So salute to
Okay.
you guys, man.
You know what, Jay? You need to stay with me on this because I'm gonna hit you up because I do one big annual. I wish you would have got in touch with me with my big annual that I just did. I do one big one every year.
I know
And
you
this
do
was
multiple,
amazing.
right? You do multiple ones. Cause I've seen you do a couple in a year time though. Yeah, I've seen
I do. I do a lot of them, but it's one big one I do a year because I close down the street and I deals with the city, with the fire department and everybody. I be having the fire department to bring their trucks through so the kids can play through it and everything else.
Wow.
And I have the police come in and just it just and my motto is love and positivity. Trust me, when I go my tombstone, that's what's gonna be on my tombstone. Love and positivity is all I have for you.
Man, that's deep.
And that's all I can give you. I can't give you nothing else.
You showing people, man, what a black man is about, bro. Right? You giving people your heart, your time, and you have your wife with you too. So in a world where not a lot of well I can't say not a lot of black people with their wives, whatever the case is, because that's changing now. But in the back in the day when we was coming up, you didn't really see that too often. But
you're right.
Young people need to see parents together, not just together, but flourishing together, actually giving to people so they can have something to aspire to, and you guys are giving that to them. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
Salute to you, man.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm a mentor in real estate. So if you know any,
I read up on you, serious. I see it.
You know any young people, man, let's say around 18, 19, 21 get in real estate, I teach them for free on the strength of you. You just tell them to sign up and come on over here with me, and I'll teach them how to do real estate for free because of what you do.
Okay.
It's because of what you do. I'm gonna give them a game.
Okay.
All right.
So I would do that though.
Absolutely.
I'm just, I'm serious about what I sit there and do when it comes to young people's.
Absolutely. I know, man.
Everybody walk is different.
Yes, sir.
Because like I tell people, because this people's own like 3 or 4 business, that don't mean it's meant for you. You got to go what's good for and just what you feel in your heart. If that's something that you got ambition for it and you want to go for it, go for it. If you don't have the ambition, it's not going to work.
Yes, sir. But see, the reason why, when I was younger too, man, that I kind of went left a little bit because I didn't see no other way. I thought this was the only way to go is to do that, right? But this real estate thing, man, I'm not charging. They coming through you. It's free. It's absolutely free, right? I'm gonna show them the game. I'm gonna grab their hand and say, look, this is what you need to do. This is how you do that. This is how you do that. On the strength of you. You giving back makes me want to give back. So I'm doing that for you and your family, bro. So give me 10 people, have them reach out to me. Let's get it started immediately.
Okay. I look for 10 people that's really into it, that want to sit there and do it. And but the thing about that, I really need them to sit there and push towards it.
Yeah, man.
I'm not going to say if the guys that I would sit there and find, I would not find somebody that's going to play around with you, little knuckleheads.
Yeah. So I say 10 because if 9 fall out, at least 1 catches it, and maybe that 1 can teach the other 9 or 9 more, right? So at least somebody gets it and run with it and change their life.
It's like a chain reaction. It's like a domino effect.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, I understand that.
So, man, I want to tell you, man, again, man, you are a rock star, bro.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, Jay. I really appreciate it.
Let me see.
I'm gonna be looking for this so I can put it on. I can put it on my Facebook now.
I got you, bro. It's gonna roll out this Monday. So my assistant gonna put everything together. It's gonna roll out this.
Okay, you gonna tag me in it?
Absolutely, I had to.
Okay.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Show me a picture of your food over there, brotro. I'm gonna put you on mute.
You really want me to sit?
I want to see that food, man. Man, I want to see that food, bro.
Okay. Okay, give me one.
I'm gonna put you on mute because I don't want to get dinged because of the music, but I'm gonna be looking at that food, bro.
I'm about to turn my phone around because I ain't gonna say the lie. On some stuff, I'm still computer illiterate because I ain't gonna say the lie. My kids be sitting there helping me.
No problem. Just turn your computer around. I'll hit the mute for you on my side.
Okay, I'll tell you when I get close.
Okay.
Because we're getting closer.
And then when you get done, just come on back and then we'll close it out, man, so they can reach out to you if they wanna get.
I just want to cross the street.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I ain't gonna say that. I've been done since 12 o'clock, and people's been knocking stuff off.
Oh, okay.
So, want me to show you around to her? You want to see people's, or you just want to see the food?
Either one. It don't matter. Can we talk to somebody?
You say what now?
Can we talk to somebody?
Oh, who you want to talk to?
Anybody, bro. Just tell hey, just want to talk to anybody about, hey man, how many times you been here? Anybody.
Okay, these people. Okay, I'm gonna turn you around because I'm still worrying about it. Okay. These some of the people right here I got right here. That's my brother over there. These some couple people.
That's dope, man.
Everybody just show love and positivity. This guys that sit over here and ain't been in a long time.
Yes, sir.
And what the thing about it? Okay, you don't see that one. But even at the same time, these people that way sitting there around. The music's kind of loud, but at the same time, okay, there's a lot of food getting taken away.
Okay.
This is all we got left. We got the chicken. We got the egg gravy Polish sauce. We got hot dogs. Okay, we got beans right here. That's almost gone, but they got turkey meat in there because a lot of people don't eat pork. Then we got green beans. And they got turkey meat and bell peppers in there. And but everything turned good. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people that we did that show love and positivity to each other.
Dope, man. I love it. I love it.
So this is a constant. I got to walk away because some people's got a lot of music in their car.
Okay, it's all good. It's all good, man.
I'm just trying to walk. Man. I'm just trying to walk far.
Okay. Yeah, man. You guys are you and your wife, man, putting on this event, man. You guys are doing a great job, man.
I really appreciate it, though. Thank you.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, man. What you do to the least of the people is.
You said what I do with what now?
What you do for or do to the least of you, right? It shows you when you're in a position of power and you treat the person that's under you like trash, that shows you who you really are, right? But when you're in a position of power and you treat the person that's on the side of you, they don't have as much, and you treat them like equals, that shows you your heart condition.
You treat them like equals.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a couple of guys that showed, you know what I'm saying, guys sat there and came and told me they ate in like 3 or 4, 5 days. But you know what I'm saying? Wow. Because I look at it like this, because one person said if a person try to treat you like trash, that don't mean you treat them the same way. Because negativity and negativity do not attract, it don't work out, trust me.
No, it don't. It don't, man.
You know what I'm saying? If a person do some negativity, if you don't have nothing to say positive about them, that's when you sit there and you just leave them alone. You do not mess with them.
Yeah, man.
You know, if you can't help them, don't hurt them.
Don't hurt them. Just don't hinder them. You know that's true, man. And God sees that, man. He sees what's going on. He knows who's had the right heart condition and who don't. You know what I'm saying? So, man, listen. This I knew getting you on here, man, is gonna be that kind of interview, man. I knew it, bro.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. Like I was telling Chucky the other day, man. Through your videos and through your conversation, I see you be having in the car and stuff like that. I can see your heart, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can see that you're a good dude, genuinely. You know what I'm saying?
I really appreciate it.
And so for a good dude, your wife, that means your wife is double times you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is.
So I know how that works, bro. I know how that works.
And I love, you know what I'm saying, Chucky, you know what I'm saying, and what he been sitting there doing, I swear. Yeah, you know, I had to sit there and tell him. Because him and my wife knew each other. Him and my wife know each other since they was kids.
Wow.
So, you know, it's kind of funny that he kind of came up that way. Yeah. But you know, he knew my wife before me. But I had to sit there and tell him. I say, you know, Chucky, you pulled off a beautiful thing, man. Yeah, man. I said, I'm not gonna sit there like you can't stop this.
No.
Because people's gonna be looking for this positivity every year. Absolutely. Trust me, I know. I've been doing it for 7 years.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And when a person look at some positivity, like they could go to an area that they feel like they safe and they feel comfortable and they can feel, you know what I'm saying, free to be themselves, no matter who come around.
Yeah, man.
They know they got police coming. If they police come around, you know, I'm trying to break that bond with the police, and I did that already. Because I'm like I said before, when the police, it's a guy in the K9 unit. He come over and get something to eat. He said like, man, we finna go on the other side of town. You boring. I said, well, you got jokes, huh? So in other words, you know what that means, right? That's a compliment.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's exactly what you're doing. Exactly
that's the thing I'm trying to do. If I can sit there and push this out, you know, I'm not gonna stop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Only way I'll stop if when God sit there and tell me, said, Fred Stewart, you did enough. Thank you. You can sit down and stop now. Yeah, that's the only way I'm going to sit there and stop. I don't care what nobody sit there and say. I don't care what the world say. I don't care what the judge say. You know what I'm saying? God have the final word.
Absolutely. You're
So
absolutely
that's
right,
just me.
man.
I can't do nothing else about it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You people are gonna pay it forward, man.
Yeah.
The money that you the money that you spent on the food to
Yes,
help
sir.
feed other people. You never know what the money that they was going to spend to get them some food. You never know what happened with that money, right? That may have went to another person, helped them to get some gas to get to work because they ain't got to buy no food with it, right? You never know how that stuff goes on and on and on and on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So,
sir.
and for me to see this in Texas, bro, I'm in Texas right now, and I see what you're doing. That means it's people in all parts of the United States seeing what you're doing. So I'm doing this to you, bro.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And when I get there, I'm gonna look you up, bro. We got to sit down, man, and
Hey,
top it up a little
most definitely do that.
Absolutely,
Then,
bro.
I ain't gonna say the lie. I might have to throw something for you up under the tree. You can run it right then and there. Because hey, if you hit me up, I'm going that way. Like, okay.
I lost him. Man. Man, listen, man, I lost my man. But listen, bro, one man, one woman is affecting many. To do the things that this gentleman is doing, right? In my hometown, right? The police, the FBI, gangbangers, and things of that nature, man, they don't really mix at all. It doesn't happen where we from. It don't happen. So for him to have a cookout, man, and inviting anybody over to come sit down and take a meal, not only just with the police too, that's gonna be there, fire department gonna be there, but also gang members who are really bitter enemies, and no gunfire. That means that ain't about him. That ain't about him, right? That means somebody else is doing that, man. So Fred, I know we dropped off, man, but again, when you see this, bro, I salute you and your wife, man, because I know your wife is behind it. I already know. 31 years, bro, you didn't do this by yourself. And I know you would say if you was on this call, nope, I didn't do it by myself. But hey, man, salute you, man. When I get there, man, I gotta come and dap you up for sure, bro. Or go get some wings or something, sit down and have a conversation, man. Because I'm pro manhood, bro. That's grown man stuff. What that man is doing. So my advice to everybody else that's listening to this, man, go do this in your community. The people who do some amazing things, man, on these these people who have podcasts and who need content anyway, go reach out to the people who are shaking and moving in your neighborhood. Put them on your podcast, man. Give them a green light. Let people see what's going on so they got something to mimic. Do that, man. Do that for me, man. All right? Listen, man. I salute everybody, man, who is trying to do what's right. It ain't easy, bro. I salute you guys. And this makes me step up my game, too. For real. All right? I'm out, man. Fred, Stewart, man. Love, bro. Love, man. Holler at you later. Peace.